And it features your good friend Joseph. Ugh, Master Duel. More like ass turd pool. I don't really want to like what do you want me to what do we I mean what do we want to play? First off, very important. I have the Golden Labyrinth collector's file. Now, I don't know how I'm going to get the other 2 golden ones because this one I need 2 alt arts and the other one I'm missing 1 alt art, and I don't want to spend $800 on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But I only have 9 days to craft them before they're gone forever. So, like, what do I do? Let me hear. God, I wish there was a way to craft them, but there's not. How many days do I have left? 8 days. Oh my god. I've gotten like 9 of the alt art N-Gage. I've gotten like 18 of the alt arts of the other 2. I can't get a Ray to save my fucking life. I love spending 6,400 gems for bundles. It's the best. It's the best. Do you feel the FOMO? All right, anyway. So we don't have too much planned for today. Usually on Wednesdays, you know, it's pretty down tempo. It's pretty chill. It is going to be that today as well. I have a couple of videos I want to watch. And they are... So MBT Yu-Gi-Oh! Put me in a video from the person from the last Time Machine and my Yu-Gi-Oh! K9 Earth Beatdown deck, which I rolled across my dash and is very funny. Can we do this today? Oh, the Monster Hunter delay? I guess we can, but like, what do you want me to say? It's funny that it was so bad. They picked a bunch of like dick shit cards in Magic that do nothing, and they're like, oh, okay. Did you do pulls for Saga with Fafa? No, but I think he's going to bed. Let me actually poke him. Please don't bring a gun to school. Have you done age play with Farfa yet? Yeah. Dude. Look at this. I cannot possibly. Oh, come on. Yeah, like for sure. We will do this. Why did we decide it was a nib meme when it was a literal droll meme? Danny demanded this get taken off his channel's emote list. Are you kidding me? Why did he do that? If he doesn't like it, I don't want to do it. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this new Danny upload. Most hype Yu-Gi-Oh anime moments.
Yu-Gi-Oh funniest anime moments was a blast.
Yu-Gi-Oh funniest anime moments, hypest moments with aura. Please don't bring a gun to school. Okay. Well, let's watch these videos and then we'll see how we're feeling, okay? This first video comes from Avery LR32. Now, what's the story with this individual? Well, if you watched the most recent Time Machine, you may recognize they have a video about a deck called Birds of Paradise Lost. See if they have it. Yeah. Bird of Paradise Lost, Pilica Lost Paradise, Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck Profile September 2015. And I made fun of this guy because in this video, they spend like the first 2 minutes of the video talking about their recording software and being like, oh, why is there this big yellow circle and stuff? It opens with him going, man, Screencast-O-Matic. Good thing I got the logo off. And of course, the logo is still on. This video, however, was interesting because this deck is really fun. I found this deck super cool. It's the type of shit I was building in 2015, like this big pile of like very consistent synergistic garbage in a format where like you could just FTK, right? So I remember at the time being like, usually you don't see these old people with like subs, but he has 1.8k subs, basically has been uploading since then. And not just Yu-Gi-Oh!, a lot of other stuff. When I first found them, I saw that they had a It's Time to Say Goodbye to Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. And I remarked on this. It didn't make it into the final cut. Looks good. Guy looks good. He looked good back then. He looks good now. Listen, here's the deal. His reasons for quitting Yu-Gi-Oh! Are like 100% correct. It's like, it's one of those things where you watch and you're like, yeah, he's got all the it's all the right cadence. He's like, yeah, you know, I don't like the distro, I don't like the cost, I think the format's not great, et cetera, et cetera. And he's like, I feel like I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Just out of obligation. I just gotta stop, right? That did make it in the video. Oh, never mind. Fuck me. So anyway, this comes out, and this is him in what appears to be some sort of pool sunroom. Very nice room. And it's called So MBT Yu-Gi-Oh! Put Me in a Video plus Cancer Health Update. Let's watch this together.
Well, as the birds are singing and cars are driving by in the neighborhood, I get put in an MBT video and
owned. First off, this is a tough room to record in because as the sun moves, it drastically changes how the you know what actually
man, I did not realize how cringe I was 10 years ago. Also,
dog, we're all playing Yu-Gi-Oh! There's really a cap on how cringe you are. You beat out a bunch of kids who were like, "This is my first deck." Like it was a completely understandable video.
A cancer health update for y'all. So let's dive on into it, shall we?
2010 never ended for those of you with the eyes to see. I really respect the people who keep their intros from like God knows when. Oh hell yeah! Look, this is an Ori Kalkos with like multiple rings, like from the anime.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host with the most, Avery LR32 here. Really hope y'all are having a great day. If you're new to the channel because you came here from MBT's video,
sorry, there's no more Yu-Gi-Oh!
Of my cringe self. Jesus Christ. Destroy the ever-living boo-boo stain off that like and subscribe button. Said I guess we can finally get to 1,800 subscribers, even though I just quit Yu-Gi-Oh! a month and a half ago. Which is funny that MBT opened that video in a new tab and then they didn't show it in the video, so
no, I mean, obviously, you know, we weren't going to watch the goodbye video during the video, but it's what you'd expect. It's like every reason that people give when they quit Yu-Gi-Oh! It makes sense. You know, it's one of those things where people always are like, I'm quitting Yu-Gi-Oh! And you want to be like, no, I think you're misguided about some stuff, but pretty much everyone who quits knows why they're quitting and has the right idea.
Like, I don't know if he actually watched it or not. I'm hoping that he did because, like,
yeah.
If you're new to the channel and, like, you don't watch my content, like, it doesn't really make sense, but...
It's like I uploaded a video in 2015 about Pilica, and then I'm like, and I'm quitting.
It is what it is, man. I hope y'all are having a good life. Hope you're having a fantastic day.
The number one thing that I like about watching these old videos, especially people who are still uploading, is you do get a cross-section of it's like, oh my god, that's where I was 10 years ago. I get this watching my old videos. Sometimes I'll go back to an old TMT and I'll be like, oh my god, like I'm instantly transported back to being like oh god, like 24, 25, and I'm like, oh man, like I can't believe I was in this job. I can't believe I was filming this location. I
wanted to make this video primarily because of the fact that MBT had me in one of his videos. For those of you who don't watch his stuff, I don't have any problem with MBT. I thought it was
you can say that I fucking suck.
Hilarious because of how cringe I was. I have no issues with it. It was really funny. But basically he does this series, I guess, where he goes like back in time and looks at like old YouTube videos and stuff and does deck profiles and stuff. Well, the one he did with me, which I don't know how he found it in the fucking algorithm because like no one watched it. Because
the video is so funny. I'm gonna go back to the video real quick because it has like 10 total views. It has more now, 286. But the only comment was only 14 views. This deck is legit. He's like mad people were watching it. The deck was legit
because the deck was dog shit. But
fuck you. The deck was great.
He found a video of mine from 10 years ago where
The Farfa subreddit found a picture of you winning a debate trophy when you were like 15 or 16. Jesus Christ. I think actually they found the one that I did in college, which I would be like 19 or 20.
Pulled this deck list from a writer on TCG Player.
That's the other thing. I don't think this made it into the video, but the deck list is from a TCG Player writer, and I thought he fucked up saying Zach Butler, but it was a guy named like Zach Butters.
Which used like a Gusto Pilica monster with like a level 8 worm tuner thing. Yeah. And then it used a monster, it was like an old flip effect monster called like Cheap or something.
Cheap,
and then you played like 3 copies of Cockatoo and like a Debris Dragon, whatever. And then you could use Cheap whenever it's flip face up to summon out this 2700 attack bird that like had a Tragodia-esque effect where it could take control of monsters. The deck is garbage by today's standards. It's playing 3 Mirror Force and Fiendish Chain and shit like that. But this was 10 years ago, right? Yeah. So the deck wasn't mine. I pulled it from a TCG Player writer. And I did that even before like I quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes.
This is interesting. He says that, but if you look at the video or the article the TCG Player writer put up, I think the TCG Player writer was not on Cheap. And this guy's contribution to the deck was being like, I took out one of the engines that the TCG Player guy had in there and put in Cheap because it seemed like an obvious include. I'm trying to, maybe it was the Cheap. I'm trying to remember. It was something in the deck, but he did edit it.
I would look at articles and things as cards drive by and don't want me to talk.
This is a nice property. I know it's hard to focus on. It's like, this is a really nice house.
Videos and things. I would look at articles and like maybe copy the deck and talk about it, things like that. And so MBT had included me in his video and was like, you know, 2 minutes.
Dude, I've always wanted a pool. Also, I've always wanted like a pool where I live. But the problem is keeping up with a pool like seems like the worst shit in the. Every person I know who has like a pool in their where they live, they're like, please do not get a pool. It's such a fucking hassle. It's like a great thing for like a retiree to do in their spare time.
Minutes in, and you're not even talking about the
it's
deck.
Not worth it. Yeah, I just want to like live somewhere close to someone else's pool.
Screencast-o-matic, which
you're in Maryland, don't get a pool.
Like,
yeah, I can just go to
Hypercam.
I can just go to the ocean.
Whale drinks some soda, and I remember like I couldn't get it to work for a while back in the day. It was so bad. Like this was before my dumbass decided to use OBS, I guess.
It may have even predated OBS. I mean, not to. This series is all about reminiscing, so this is an interesting way to do it. But there was a pretty substantial time in history where like the reason everyone was using unregistered Hypercam 2 is there just wasn't integrated screen recording software in Windows, and there definitely wasn't a third-party app like OBS that was just everywhere. Like now there is like an industry standard for what you use when you are recording your self and your screen. But back in the day, it was like you had to find the shittiest ripoff of Bandicam that didn't have the watermark
for like screen recording. And this was before Windows Game Bar was a thing. So like you know, Windows, you can just hit Windows G or Windows R or whatever it is. I think it's Windows G, and then you can record your screen. So it was before
OBS has been around for a very long time. It just wasn't really known. If you weren't trolling GitHub, you wouldn't have known it. That's fair. It predates my knowledge of it by a lot.
It was so bad. It was so cringe. But I mean, like, you don't know, right? The one thing, though, that I do wish that MBT would have done would have been like, hey, let's look at some of his other stuff to see if he's actually improved at all. Because you have to keep in mind, like, I have...
I do want to be clear. I assume he's improved. Like, it's like, let's see if he's improved at all. Yeah, obviously. Fucking, we're looking at this fucking... Listen, I hate to be like this. 10 years ago, this was like the cap of what someone could do with Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube. Talk over a dueling book screenshot. Fucking Robbie Cole made a living off of doing that. It's... Oh, man.
Scripted videos on the channel. Like, some of my most viewed videos are scripted ones. I've got the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Retrospective series where I've talked about...
Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't know he was making, like, long form.
By 2009, the concept of archetypes was still in its infancy.
Okay, these are the type of video I do actually want to watch. Okay, let's put that in the old watch later.
You know, GOAT format, Edison format, things like that, dad return format, teledad, all that stuff. I would have really appreciated if he had showed off some of those videos so that it's not just like, oh, hey, he posted 10 years ago and was shit, and now he's still shit. So, but it is what
that is a fair criticism.
It is. I thought it was hilarious. I showed my dad, because if you keep up with the channel, you know that he and I used to both play Yu-Gi-Oh together. He thought it was hilarious, and like it was so funny. And I joked around with him. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make a video and be like, MBT sent me all this hate, da 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 da, and like just talk a bunch of shit and start
Fuck this guy.
drama. And I don't care, man. I don't give a fuck. Like, it was 10 years ago, dude. Who cares? Like, the only thing that's really happened negatively is like I've gotten some hate. And like if you go to the video right now, there's only one comment on the video, which is someone saying like, yo, this is a sick deck, which I appreciate. Thank you. Even though the deck is shit now. But I have gotten some hate, and like they've gone into the held for like review section because for those of you who don't know, back when I...
What the fuck? If you guys are talking shit on the Pilica Bird of Paradise Lost deck, die. Fucking, if you are talking shit on the Bird of Paradise Pilica deck, how could you possibly hate that deck?
At 900 subscribers, I even made a video about it. Someone randomly came to my house, which was...
What the fuck? Huh?
Welcomed. It was not appreciated. So after that kind of happened, I really kind of took YouTube more seriously at that point in time. Because I was really trying to build up the channel at the time, was trying to build a name for myself and all that jazz. And so I really started to...
MBT viewers, no, he's saying this happened to him when he was at 900 subs, way back when. Someone came to his house.
Like, kind of rein in, like, making sure my comment section is not full of creeps.
Should also mention, you should just do this. If you have a YouTube channel with, like, I mean, even like 100 subscribers, just get the fucking freaks out of your comment section. It's great.
So there have been some hate comments and things that I've just deleted. I mean, it's gonna happen. Like, no matter, like, even I've seen people that have like gotten positive shout outs from people, and then they'll still get like some hate comments.
That's crazy. If anyone is sending this guy hate, you are such a fucking lowlife. This deck, like, I was so thrilled to find this deck because it was fucking cool. Like, as much as it is steeped in the language of like 2015 Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube, you know, it is so much a product of its time. The deck itself is fucking sick as hell. It's neat. Ugh.
So, like, of course I'm going to get some hate comments on a video like this that's roasting my 10-year-old video, and it's like, okay, it's the fucking internet. Like, if you put yourself out there, it's
guy seems pretty cool. Yeah,
it is what it is.
He's reacting pretty
thank
normally
you, MBT,
to this.
for giving me a shout out on my channel. That's
me personally.
Dead. I mean,
me personally, I would be like, fuck all MBT viewers. We are beefing.
I originally said when I was quitting Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll still talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! From time to time, but like I haven't even really touched the game.
You ain't missing much,
seen
dude.
Some of the new cards that have been coming out and like Burst Protocol and things like that. But you know, like I've said before, ad nauseam,
yeah, really exciting stuff in Burst Protocol.
The new time rules just rubbed me the wrong way, and I really don't care.
Again, he's saying all the right things. It's like, yes, the time, yeah.
In
That's a good reason.
Of health update, because that was something that I did talk about in my leaving Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. So the cancer update is that I actually was able to get health insurance. I ended up getting this job that's a work from home job, so I get to be in my pajamas all day while I work, which is great.
Let's go.
But it's a 6-month contract job that you get like health insurance and benefits, 401k, excuse me, 401k and all that jazz on day one. And then there's the potential to be a regular full-time employee, not contracted, after my 6-month contract is up. So things are looking up for me right now. Things are great. You know, I really thought that this was going to be my last year, and I really thought that you know, things weren't going to work out for me. And it's nice to see that it looks like things are really improving. Things are really getting better. And you know, maybe you're coming from MBT's video and you want to check out the content. I've got years, clearly, of fucking content that you can certainly watch and enjoy. And I still try to respond to comments when I get the notifications and things like that. Do keep in mind that if you reply to one of my comments, I don't get the notification unless you tag me in the comment. Then usually my phone will, you know, ding me and I can see it. And
dude, YouTube is so good.
Try to respond and all that jazz. But
okay, obviously you know, this is a serious situation. I don't want to make light of it. It is a little funny that the guy quit Yu-Gi-Oh! And immediately got employed. It is a little funny to be like, oh, now that I'm free of Yu-Gi-Oh! I can get employed again.
Man, MBT got me in the nostalgia feels. I started going back through old videos and was like, man, what the hell
Man, that's what I like so much about doing this series, more than the views, because obviously the views aren't there relative to like MasterChef. It's just so nice to look back on the history of uploading shit on YouTube. It is honestly more a series for me than anyone else.
What was that talking about? Like, you think in the heat of the moment, you know, like at that moment in time, you think you know what you're talking about, and then you look back and you're like,
fuck,
and
I'm
you realize
stupid.
You didn't know your head from your ass and a hand trap from the ground. Like, it just is so bad. So bad. Videos you thought were so good were so dog water. It was hilarious. So I thought it was funny that MBT was like roasting me. I still genuinely, I want to know how he found that video in the algorithm, because
so the way we find them is we search my Yu-Gi-Oh deck before and then the year after we roll, and then the year before we roll. And I don't know why my Yu-Gi-Oh deck pulled up Pilica Lost Paradise, I guess Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. But like it did. I will say it's also algorithm specific. I like watch a lot of the stupid fucking deck profiles. Gage could not get a deck profile to save his life. It was very funny.
It didn't get a lot of views at the time, so like, how are you even able to find it 10 years ago in the algorithm? I don't know, but I would love to know what other videos of mine pop up. I know, like, if you type in my name, just my YouTube name, AVRLR32, I have videos from like 13, 14 years ago that still pop up in the feed, which is really weird because it's not like I've updated the tags for those or anything, or any of like the search engine optimization for it. So if you like
top
what you
5 decks
see,
of the format
feel
post
free to
hack,
subscribe
yeah.
and check it out. I post pretty much just whatever I feel like talking about, which is why like I hated on Pokemon. ZA was dog shit, which is why like I'm talking about COD Zombies now. It's not because I'm a COD channel, it's just because that's the current game I'm playing.
It's because he has the Gersh device.
I talked for months about wanting to do an Expedition 33 video where I like it scripted and went in depth with the story and all that, and I never got around to it. I just don't really have the time, unfortunately. But it's funny to see that I guess my name is still getting around somehow. But yeah, no.
This guy's the only person doing
I got a
YouTube
good
correctly. I
laugh.
just want to do cool shit correct.
That was a funny roast. That was a really funny roast. But you know,
Kevin, hope you had a good stream, every Kevener. We're checking out this video this person uploaded, responding to the fact that I used their video in a time wizard, or in a time machine.
He's all in a Jimmy about it. It's like, who gives a shit? None of us knew what we were doing 10 years ago.
No, we didn't. We were all just lying.
Hi, I guess. I'm sure that there's going to be some people that are like, oh, you're still cringe 10 years later. Okay, Sugar Boo Bear. What the fuck ever. Like, who cares? Guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Thanks again, MBT. I got a good laugh. I'll see y'all in the next video.
Excellent. Folks, we're subscribing to the channel for sure. This is an easy sub for me. Let's get this guy at least to 2K. I believe it. Oh, man. I'm glad your health update was positive. It's ridiculous you had to contemplate if it was going to be your last year. Hopefully the job is long term. It is. It's awesome. That's the way things work, right? It's like, well, I could either get a job or I'm going to die right now. So new chef judge. Oh fuck, we got to get this guy for chef. This is the easiest chef of all time. Oh my god. Anyway, check out in terms of recent videos, I guess we should be watching the retrospectives. But this Time to Say Goodbye to Yu-Gi-Oh is good. I also really like, he has a couple of videos about the Genesis of Genesis. That's pretty interesting. Chef Season 2 is going to go insane. The first person we were going to get for Chef 2 was Shay. Now what do we do? Master Chef Shippuden? That's what it will be. That's what we're going to call it. Okay. Let's we have another banger ass baller ass video to watch. This one comes from Jessica is the name of this account, and this video is called My Yu-Gi-Oh K9 Earth Beatdown Deck. And this was uploaded 3 days ago. This is, I think, an attempt to create a time machine style video in the year of our Lord 2025. So let's check this out.
Alright, hey guys, I'm just going to show you my K9 Earth type deck.
So already good.
Right here, this is kind of like a beatdown strategy. I've actually taken this a few times to locals, and I did pretty good with it. This deck isn't for sale or anything.
Oh. So many of the ones we watched, they're like, and this isn't for sale. Or I watched one today for the one that's coming out next Sunday that they were like, it is for sale. I will sell it.
Or for trade. I just wanted to make this video for you guys, so I'm gonna start showing you the cards now. Let's get to it. All right. So we have his.
They like reach over to turn on the music they want playing in the background.
Zuna.
One is Uno, by the way.
I'm running a couple Jackal in here, just because I think it's a really good extender for the strategy.
A couple Jackal, one Jackal.
I have Lantern also. One of the cards I didn't see played that much was Nurse Dragon Maid, but I put it in here actually. It's just some more good Earth support. DD Crow, you know, hand traps. Sorry, this is kind of loud. Let me turn the music down real quick.
Music's so loud.
DD Crow, one of the best hand traps that I have. But
Looks good,
it's
yeah.
such a pretty card. Unions, just for fun.
Yeah, why not? You can see the Mally dog.
I got the sarcophagus. That's actually a CR. I don't know if you can even tell, but
No, I cannot.
I got a couple gems in here. I got the elephant and the
Armadillo. Yeah, that's good.
Then I got the Destiny Hero Malicious. Rescue Rabbit.
No targets. There's the other Lancia. We found it.
I need to
Allure.
Anti-meta. Oh, here's another one of my runic cards I got is Allure.
Oh, we have another
Freezing
runic.
Curses as well.
Oh, there's other
K9s.
K9s.
The lantern.
Lantern.
I put in a Buster Blader, one of the biggest just 2 tribute summons you can actually pull out in the game right now. Dogmatic Eclexia.
Eclexia,
They're
yeah.
virtuous. I've also got 2 copies of the Dawnwalker right here, Asator.
Come on.
One of my favorite ones, actually. I love that art. Look at that big ant. So cool.
It is a
I
skater.
guess now we'll go on to the extra deck here.
Please show me the extra deck. Okay,
I'm
this one makes sense.
running
Werewolf.
3 werewolf.
3 werewolf, as you do.
Just my favorite K9 extra deck monster. Just look at that thing. I've got IP because, you know, just about every deck nowadays runs IP. So,
Sure, why not?
You know, just in case you needed that. I've got
Tierra Frez, yeah.
Madashi Queen Tear Freeze.
Oh, we got it.
Actually,
We got 2 of them.
Ninaru Goddess.
Nina Ruru is in here.
Glass of Goddess Magistus.
Yep.
Sorry, I hit the 5-minute limit on my camera.
Holy shit.
Quick. I think I was talking about the extra deck. This is Cross Sheep as well.
This is Cross Sheep.
And then I got 2 copies of Hound.
What is this fusion?
And to finish it off, the only fusion monster I'm playing right now is Predaplant Trimaveratum.
That's close.
It's one of the more versatile Predaplants in the game right now.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Jillian
that's
made
my
me
whole
dinner.
Profile. I hope you enjoyed watching that, and see you in the Shadow Realm. Peace out, guys.
That was so good. Holy shit. I tried to make this before the new pack comes out. I really love these K9 cards and wanted to show my deck list. Thanks so much for watching. Oh my god. Can you post a trade binder video next time? Oh man. Holy shit. I really want to play this. Unfortunately, K9s are not in Master Duel. I would love to play this in Master Duel like right now. No K9s in Master Duel. Replied to you already? Hi. Oh my god. Fuck me. Just go to locals with it? Yeah, I'll do that.
Shiny is the
Is it even 40 cards? We'll have to check. Oh.
That would release in December.
Oh. We really actually should watch this one. Yeah. Last thing we're going to watch is this. This Yu-Gi-Oh game is hiding something. And if you're Progressies, do not upload this on the fucking Progressies channel. This is a smaller creator. We're not stealing views here.
A unique Yu-Gi-Oh game from over 20 years ago, the Duelist of the Roses and its strange password system. Sadly, despite seeming so close to solving the mysteries of this mechanic, specifically the origins of 4 powerful card passwords within the small set of those ever released officially, the journey ended without resolution. However, I continued searching, and with the help of both old and new friends who heard this story, we've discovered answers, but along with it, even more mysteries. So today, I'm going to tell you all about the lengths we've gone through to uncover the secrets of these passwords, and furthermore, the fascinating details our journey has unearthed from this decades-old game.
Finally, I can eat.
But first, we need to set the stage for this ancient duel. So to recap the situation, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses isn't just different due to its absurd setting, story, or dueling mechanics, as
It's also different because they're British.
the creators tried to spice up one of the foundational elements of most Yu-Gi-Oh! Games thus far in the series and beyond, the password system. The password is a feature that Konami used to tie in the physical cards we all know and love, allowing us to enter the 8-digit numerical codes found on the lower left corner of cards into the games, usually from an easily accessible menu option. In Roses, however, not only was the system a bit more hidden, requiring one to inexplicably hit R3 in the deck build menu to access, the passwords for your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards no longer worked, as each included card had its unique physical code replaced with a new alphanumeric one instead. But that was just the start, as these new codes were not only inherently less accessible without the physical tie-in, but they were almost entirely unobtainable, as only 34 were ever known to be released officially by Konami.
How interesting.
We only ever even gained confirmation that all other cards had passwords, and what they were 16 years after the game originally released, when community member Generic Mad Scientist, or GMS, dug into the game's assembly using PSCX2 to find them. And despite this also explaining many other previously unknown or misunderstood game mechanics, in no way did it answer why only 34 codes were ever released, especially given there were 820 more cards in the game that now have verifiable passwords, with some even being flagged to prevent their use in-game anyways. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Dude, what is this fucking game? Oh my god. We're 1 minute into the video and it's like, all right, this game is hiding ancient secrets.
Because as you might recall, our mystery was in regards to specifically 4 of the released codes, those for Crush Card Virus, Royal Decree, Change of Heart, and Gravity Bind. Because while the origins of the other 30 originally known passwords came from the end screens of Rose's predecessor Forbidden Memories, and Rose's itself, alongside the official Konami website for the game, nothing else I researched ranging from message boards, FAQs, guidebooks, or Shonen Jump magazines led me to find where these 4 were distributed, or any definitive answer as to what was going on with all of this in the first place. At least until after releasing the first video on this mystery, at which point I got a lead for something I completely forgot about.
This is the unfortunate hell of making YouTube content, which is you can spend all this time researching, but as soon as you upload your research, people will show up in the comments and be like, I am actually the person with the necessary knowledge to resolve your problem.
Because while I had been trying to find any mention of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Roses within Shonen Jump volumes of the era, it was suggested I check V-Jump, a mostly monthly magazine under the Jump umbrella focused on gaming. In particular, this magazine tended to host spin-off manga, game guides, and card game coverage. And after a bit of digging into this topic, it became clear that these less popular spin-off magazines weren't going to be any easier to find scans of, and sometimes were even rarer than the much more frequent but far more popular mainline Shonen Jump magazines. Luckily, since the focus of these books was on gaming, checking the covers might lead to a mention of our beloved game. And just like that, thanks to online release archives like Comic Vine, we found that the November 2001 issue featuring Yugi and Slifer mentions 3 Yu-Gi-Oh! Topics: new cards for the OCG, info for the GBA title DM6, and of course, information on Shin DM2, aka Roses. In fact, every V-Jump cover since August also mentions the game, and the last cover mention is found in the following December issue. But sadly, this left us in a similar predicament to before. Since any of these volumes could hold the missing passwords, we only know that these 5 are guaranteed to discuss Roses in some way. However, there is one more detail about the covers, because while the first 3 only name-drop the game or mention a giveaway, the final 2 specifically mention an appendix, and given these were released after the game, at which point other passwords were being released on the website regularly.
Roses released 5 days before 9/11.
It seemed our best place to start. Now, something I was concerned about is that V-Jumps often came with an insert, which were mini game guides, and this appears to be what the covers are referring to. For the only listings of either issue I could find at the time, December specifically states this insert is not there, while November does not clarify. Now, although I have found a few of these for other issues and games, they also don't seem very common, let alone purchasable on their own for our 2 issues of interest. Thus, with no other leads left, the November listing seemed like our best shot. So after putting in an order via a proxy service, our first Roses-related delivery since 2023 was on its way a few days later.
This is crazy. Be like, yeah, to resolve this outstanding mystery, I had to sign up for a proxy service and purchase something from Japanese eBay.
And for as goofy as some of these volume covers are, often reusing animation shots, this cover did not disappoint, nor did its contents, filled with many nostalgic info drops for new games around the time, like previews of Kingdom Hearts' early game or a huge amount of info on Melee
looked like an
and
insert,
its moves. But on top of all that, tucked inside the folded section near the front was a panel on Roses, covering the methods for obtaining all 5 Exodia pieces. one of which being for the single limb that was known to have been distributed, giving us the first proof that Rose's passwords could in fact be in Jump-branded magazines. However, since this isn't one of our 4 lacking in origin, that means this password already had a documented distribution, specifically from the official websites where they also covered this same Exodia information. But this was clearly not an insert supplement, nor was there any trace of something like it in this package. And that's where our worst fear comes into play, as the only other Yu-Gi-Oh! Game news here is a 2-page spread covering what would release just 1 month later, DM6 for the GBA, but nothing else on Roses was found across these pages. That is, aside from a single name drop below the table of contents. This section serves only to display which titles are covered in those VJump inserts mentioned earlier, revealing that this issue did in fact contain Rose's info and is now more likely than ever to have password information, potentially the exact 4 we are in search of, or just more duplicates. And after spending even more hours searching Japanese marketplace sites
Person's like, I will find the insert to this out-of-print magazine. It's going to happen.
for either of these month's inserts, or any from this era for that matter, I feel confident saying it's not likely we find these, as again, almost no VJump issues listed include their insert, and searching for inserts themselves hasn't led me to those we need. And with the already scarce listings of these specific VJump issues, or most from this era and earlier, it seemed almost impossible we could find one for purchase this way. Somehow complicating this situation even further, that single VJump password also supports the idea that any issue in the tens of weekly Jump magazines released during Rose's promotional cycle could still be a source of the last 4 known passwords, or contain nothing but information we already knew from the site. That is, of course, if these books had anything at all.
But then
I received a
I swear I didn't pre-watch.
comment, which started to change everything. From a user going by the name Maru, who, after coming across the original video, was inspired to help out on this search. Using her knowledge of the Japanese language and research skills as a grad student in Japan, she discovered an online thread from before the password dump compiling Rose's information, which had a list of the 34 known passwords, and cited where each came from, something we had never seen before. This list claims that the November and December VJump issues did contain more passwords, but all were duplicates from the website as we theorized. But finally states that the 4 missing passwords were in fact in a weekly Shonen Jump magazine, the number 45 2001 issue, one that had been listed at the time of my original search, but had no images or info suggesting any Roses information was present. But thanks to Maru's fantastic research skills, using a combination of keywords and search options that led to this specific
using Google
page hit, we finally had our answer. Presuming this was all true, of course. Now, there seemed to be little chance the information in this 2009 thread was wrong given the password origins correctly identified here. However, we knew we had to try and verify the claim to truly solve this part of the mystery. Luckily, listings
Google
for these
Foo
books
is a real
could be
skill.
found
It
online,
is.
but Maru again helped out here as she was
These
aware
days
of
they
the
would go to
incredible Kyoto
ChatGPT.
Manga Museum, which houses a Shonen Jump archive that did include our issue of interest. Generously, Maru offered to stop by and check it out for us as she was studying nearby at the time. Thus, just a few days later, Maru and her husband made the trip for us to see what they could find. Sadly though, despite there being a great deal of open shelves across the museum for reading, we were all unaware that the Jump Archive required a 1-week reservation to view. So to save herself another trip and further trouble, Maru activated their trap card, grabbing a much cheaper copy of the volume from Mercari, and just a few days later, Maru's package arrived, and she quickly shared with me what was inside. This 2 decades old magazine held a single page dedicated to Roses and the distribution of passwords, fully focused on those last 4 powerful cards we had been in search of all this time. Both of us were so excited to finally have this solved, after at one point seeming like we might never find the distribution method, let alone see these 4 cards documentation on this game from the creative team that I could find. However, that doesn't seem required to understand this, because the password system in Yu-Gi-Oh games is generally notorious for being abusable, allowing players access to powerful cards often from the very start of the game with zero cost. And while that alone might be enough to suggest the devs wanted to make cards less password accessible, we have even more, because Roses itself isn't a lengthy game. While there is plenty to learn in terms of the board mechanics and card collecting, one only needs to defeat about 10 opponents on either side of the game before reaching the end, unlike its predecessor, Forbidden Memories, which requires an absurd amount of grinding just to prepare for one of the most unfair final boss gauntlets in gaming. Roses is more akin to just a boss rush minus the extensive grind, with either side being beatable in under 40 minutes without using a single password or any skips, expertly shown by Clovis in their no password any percent speedrun world record. Again, this requires a ton of knowledge alongside skill to do and isn't representative of how these games would have been played on release, but it highlights the different approach taken when creating Rose's content, lining up perfectly with having less accessible passwords in the game to avoid making things too easy, especially when there is no cost for using passwords like with Starships and Forbidden Memories to begin with. Now, even if the devs weren't overly concerned on difficulty specifically, Roses contains a variety of unique ways to obtain cards, such as the graveyard slots, reincarnation, or hidden on fields, far deeper than the simple victory drops and password options of most Yu-Gi-Oh games up to this point, which could have already been enough reason to stop players from having some level of access to every card in their physical collection. Finally, as we have learned during our password distribution hunt, the 34 release were turned into a sort of collectathon for players, needing to bring together multiple games, magazines, and follow along with online updates well past the game's release to use the password system, and this certainly fits well for a game in a franchise now tied to a collectible card game. Thus, it seems clear that despite a definitive answer for why Roses specifically didn't allow the use of physical card passwords, the game's focus on its new mechanics over things like difficulty or length provide us a reasonable explanation.
Okay.
Though, with that said, were the rest of those passwords ever intended to be distributed? Well,
This is the one I want to actually know. I'm like, okay, that's a pretty good justification. Now.
First off, it's worth a reminder that 15 cards could only be obtained via password, and after finding the origins of the last 4, we have documentation of where all of these came from, so nothing else demanded a release. But even if we assume they wanted to release them, there were only a couple of ways they might have done so given what we found: further jump issues or online updates. Regarding Jump, even looking back to where we found the 4 powerful cards starts to paint a picture.
People were
because
sick
one
of
page
it.
before it
There's
sits an ad
another game
prepping
coming
fans
out.
for the upcoming game DM6, releasing just over 3 months since Roses released.
God, really puts into perspective how quickly they were crapping these out in the early aughts.
Again, Roses never ended up being a particularly strong seller of the Yu-Gi-Oh series, ranking 24th in available sales data, 3 times lower than where Duel Monsters 6 lands, which also had over 3 times the sales across their similar lifespans. So there likely would have been more general excitement for the GBA game, even if it's far less unique, further explaining why it was already featured ahead of Roses by November. This is even seen on the November and December V-Jump covers where the 2 games are both mentioned, after which DM6 takes its place as the sole Yu-Gi-Oh game highlighted in January 2002. I was actually able to pick up a copy for us to take a look at, and while there is a page still dedicated to Rose's info, and 3 more passwords that had already been revealed months earlier on the website like we saw with the November Exodia info, the Roses page itself only covers a fun mechanic for using memory cards to unlock unique CPUs, but the title distinctly notes that this is the final guide for the game. And supporting that idea, the missing insert here also now covers DM6, unlike the previous 2 months featuring Roses and presumably the online passwords. As expected, the February 02 issue continues in this direction, holding another DM6 insert with what appears to be a guide through the Ghoul portion of the campaign. It's clear that this cycle of moving on to the next game after a few months was the trend and a necessity for Yu-Gi-Oh games of this era.
It is funny to think, like, yeah, we spent, like, years of our lives dedicated to the search of how, like, a niche card collection system in a video game worked, and it's like, that's cool. This game had a 6-month total dev time and was on shelves for 6 weeks.
Highlighting just how many were being pumped out and needing promotion. Looking forward a bit, almost none of Rose's staff seemed to have worked on the following GBA games, as they likely had their hands full with the next console game, Falsebound Kingdom, another non-standard Yu-Gi-Oh game with completely different mechanics that would release in December of 2002, just over a year after Rose's.
Man, they were pumping these. This was like the Call of Duty Black Ops of 2001, apparently.
Thus, by the time the final passwords were shared online in January of 2002, the same month as VJump's final guide, it was clear that Rose's promotional time was at its end. In fact, the last update to the official site overall seems to be passwords, and even more, it made a clear point in stating that players could already have 100%ed their collections by now, which holds up as these last 4 passwords weren't any of the password exclusive cards, all of which were already distributed. You might be wondering, though, with all of Rose's
how is there 18 minutes left?
unique methods for obtaining cards and only 34 passwords given out, did they really think players would have completed their collections in just 4 months?
Hell no.
And actually, they might have. Because if you recall, the guidebooks we purchased last time, which released just 5 days after the game, features each card's acquisition method and labels those that were password only or unobtainable, meaning that from the perspective of the team, players had everything needed to complete the game. So with the likelihood of not wanting Roses to be any easier or losing potential content, the game on its way out of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Promotional cycle by February 2002, and the team eventually putting out another unique game the following year, it seemed
Falsebound is such a fever dream. It is such a strange decision.
to add up that there were never intentions of releasing the remaining passwords anyways. But that leaves us with one last turn, and it might be the most complicated yet. We already know that all 854 cards have passwords that remain unique to Roses to this day, which makes sense from a development standpoint, as it would have been easier to apply one encryption algorithm over the full set rather than assign a select few cards new passwords that they may or may not even release. So given that all 854 have a password, what is going on with the 120 cards with passwords that don't actually work in-game? Well, to start, none of these were technically even known about until GMS showed up, which
We didn't know these were in the game until 2023.
brought to light that there was a specific flag determining if passwords will work or not, which we will call password on or password off respectively. Now, given it's even less likely we find any developer documentation for these more specific choices, my game plan was set, attempting to see if we could find reasonings for why these cards were seemingly selected to be even more exclusive and hopefully provide us one final glimpse into the thought process behind this game. Starting off, the 120 password off cards can be broken into 2 major categories, the first being 74 of varying acquisition methods and quality. Yeah, we're talking about you again, Mon Larvis. And the second being 46 completely unobtainable cards, which are corroborated by both the guidebook, GMS's work, and of course the community's 20 plus years of testing. Compared to the pretty disparate selection of obtainable cards,
Yeah, you can say they're shit. They're mostly shit.
the unobtainable simply
These are awesome.
can't be collected and placed in a deck, instead having various ways of being used in a duel, including every ritual monster, some fusion locked monsters, a variety of unique summoning mechanics, and relatively specific to generically strong destiny draw options, which all supports the idea of turning off their passwords to ensure they are only used in these ways, even though we now know the passwords would never be distributed officially. But there is one other unobtainable card, Kinetic Soldier, which doesn't have any kind of method to be used in a duel outside of stealing it from an opponent via Mimicat, which can be done for any card played against you in a game. And while a strong card, Kinetic doesn't seem to have a clear reason for why it wouldn't be obtainable. It's also rather similar to one of those Destiny Draw only cards, Forest Sprite, both getting a huge attack boost versus a specific monster type, so it almost seems like Kinetic Soldier was intended to be another Destiny Draw exclusive card, which at least leaves us with some solid theories for the 46 completely unobtainable cards, but no real insight on the 74 obtainable password off cards. That is, until I remembered something about Kinetic Soldier.
Is it that he's a cipher? Is it that he was misprinted?
As it's one of the 5 world premiere promotional cards included with Roses in Japan.
It wasn't that at all.
And while the other 4 cards are obtainable, only 2 were password on, one being Fairy King Truesdale, which is only obtained as a starter deck leader, and the other being Slate Warrior, one of just 5 non-alphanumeric passwords in the game, obtained by beating Forbidden Memories, thus we would expect it to be password on. So aside from those, the world premiere cards we have seen tend to be password off, because if we jump back to those 2 Destiny Draw monsters, they also hadn't been available at the time of Rose's release. Both cards coming from either of the next 2 OCG core booster sets, Mythological Age in November 2001 or Pharaonic Guardian in March 2002.
There were cards and memories that weren't out yet?
Wait, Pharaonic Guardian? That's it! See, Roses contains one new monster type that has never been used elsewhere, Immortals. A group of 11 strange monsters which can't be destroyed on crushed terrain, normally doing so to monsters with 1500 attack or more, and tend to have card art which only becomes fully understood in their 3D models. Now, all but one of these have physical releases, being the obvious boss monster, Carrot Idol, which only ever appears again as a spellcaster in another non-standard Yu-Gi-Oh game on the PS2 a few years later, Capsule Monster Colosseum. And for the 10 Immortals released, 3 are cards we just saw packaged with Roses, in Slate Warrior, Electromagnetic Bagworm, and Rigorous Reaver, while the rest were all released in Pharaonic Guardian, and all, except for the already explained Slate Warrior, are password off. Additionally, all these Immortals require some of the more tedious acquisition methods in Roses, further suggesting the devs intended for players to uncover these unsettling monsters rather than ever having a potential password option.
I do not like how that moves. Are you kidding me? There's no way it moves like that.
But this group also continues the theory that cards released physically with the game through Pharaonic Guardian would be password off. Now, at that point, I knew of at least one more card from Pharaonic Guardian that apparently debuted in Roses, King Tiger Wanghu, but
a Roses debut. This card was everywhere.
It was password on, just like Truesdale. This left me with one option, utilizing Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck's fantastic API to obtain all OCG card release dates and adding them to a data frame containing
Folks!
Rose's cards. And after dealing with plenty of annoyances regarding card name changes, I had a new discovery. Unsurprisingly, the cards mentioned so far were not the only ones debuting in Roses to be physically released over the next 6 months, as there were 17 more, each released across Mythological Age, Pharaonic Guardian, and one other product at the start of this time frame, Structure Deck Joey. Any other cards debuting in Roses were never released and were either password on, or the immortal boss mentioned earlier, Carrot Idol. While all but one of these soon-to-be-released cards were in fact password on, like King Tiger and Truesdale, they follow a rule of needing to be within the starting decks. What Roses fans likely already noticed is that all of these monsters are also the deck leader of each respective starter, and with Truesdale, make up every possible option. Though there were 2 spells in these premier cards, Spring of Rebirth, which was password on and still included in the Molten Behemoth deck, and a single additional password off card, which fans of the physical game will be familiar with, Creature Swap. As a
That's a nice looking creature swap.
player from this era, finding out that Creature Swap was first playable here already felt like a win.
Are you kidding me?
But even more, with all the premier cards covered, it's clear that the team only allowed these to have a working password if they were obtainable in a starter deck, leaving the rest to be discovered by players without the possibility of a password, even if never to be distributed. Altogether, these premier cards highlight a pretty unique opportunity the Roses team had, giving a first look at so many soon-to-be-released cards. But with all that said, we now have additional explanations for 3 of the more strange unobtainable, as well as 11 of the obtainable password-off cards. However, that still left us with 63 more password-off cards to deal with. Luckily, there was an additional group sticking out within these remaining cards, Ritual Spells.
Ritual Spells, yeah,
Roses
damn!
contains 24 of these in total, and
Wait, whoa. What the hell is the one under Javelin Beetle Pact?
while 18 are password off, the other 6 are password on. At first, both groups appeared similar with no differences in things like having a physical release or ritual monster stats.
Okay.
However, once I started looking at the acquisition methods, the answer became clear, because while the 6 password on spells can only be obtained via reincarnation, the 18 we are interested in are all tied to specific duelists in game.
Oh,
17
weird.
being obtained from at least their slots, and 1 hidden on a board. And while this already proposes a a rule of turning the passwords off for rituals intended as character-specific finds, it goes even further thematically. As for a card to be in the graveyard slots, the opponent must have played it. Thus, we know and can confirm that each of these characters was designed a deck with the ability to use these rituals, some of which require very specific setup.
Cosmo
Additionally,
Queen's
3
Prayer.
characters even hold 2 ritual spells. While it's hard to say if there were ever alternate versions of any character decks adding or removing these ritual spells, or why exactly Tristan is the only case of one being hidden on field, it seems to stand and be likely that those tied to specific characters were chosen to be password off, bringing us all the way down to just 45 more password off cards. And while it's a far cry from the full list,
do not tell me this is where we're ending. Oh.
We face some issues, because despite the solid findings so far, nothing seemed to stand out in the remaining group. If anything, I only ended up with more ideas on what possible explanations these cards might have. For example, I tried checking how many are fusion results, rare graveyard slot rewards, cards played by only one character, potential deck cost thresholds, and more. In the end, none of these create any clear rules like we found so far. Yet there are still plenty of cards here that can't be ignored, especially for some with just a single acquisition method, appearing to be almost certainly handpicked, such as the many rare slot cards like Exodius Right Leg, Dark Magician Girl, or Regeki, Reincarnation for the left leg, and character-specific cards like Weevil's Maneater Bug or Keith's Slot Machine. Even beyond these are standouts like Machine King, which has an alt art that appears to never have been reused in the franchise anywhere.
That is such a tight fucking alt art.
Or Firewing Pegasus, originally released as a prize card 2 years earlier.
Yeah.
Actually, on that note, most of the original OCG prize cards, made up of ritual cards, some fusions, and a few others, were never printed with physical passwords to begin with, and many still never have. This could further support some decisions we already saw, and even provide new theories, like for Labyrinth Wall, which has never been printed with a password. However, it still doesn't provide a consistent rule, having plenty of exceptions, and after all this, still leaves us with password-off cards which can't quite be explained.
Until...
When I contacted GMS to get their thoughts, they also felt these choices could be the creators' way of pushing players towards the unique acquisition methods required for cards and roses. Now, at the start of this search, GMS also confirmed it wasn't at all likely for any decisions to be hidden in the game's data, which makes perfect sense as the password flag is just like any other predetermined feature of a card.
They're looking for
these
comments.
types of subjective and seemingly arbitrary decisions have been seen in other Yu-Gi-Oh games, particularly Forbidden Memory's Star Chip cost used for its password system, where many cards were set at the max amount, leaving some unobtainable in-game alone, and were instead accessible via a peripheral device only ever released in Japan. While digging through those and their many odd cases doesn't solve what we have left in Roses, it does further corroborate the idea of encouraging players to engage with their game's features. And of course, we can't rule out any potential mistakes given the amount of decisions seemingly being made around which cards are password on or password off. In fact, GMS also pointed out that there are some interesting occurrences within Rose's fusion system, because while Forbidden Memories held relatively consistent rules for its fusions, Rose's not only had many cases of more strict material conditions, aligning again with the idea of making things a bit less easy for this shorter game, there are also a handful of material exceptions which seem out of place. For example, Stone D now requires any rock and a dragon, with 1200 or more attack, aside from one specifically, Sky Dragon. FM, of course, had a much larger number of working materials, allowing any dragon including Sky. And when looking through the pool of dragon materials in Roses for why Sky Dragon might not be material, nothing really sticks out, seeming like either a very specific subjective choice or a mistake. Again, there are plenty of these, most of which are hard to imagine any kind of explanation for, with material exceptions that hold many of the same aspects as other cards in the accepted group, leaving us not much further than where we started with the remaining 45 password off cards.
But getting to 45 is big.
And this was the point. I had to start accepting that no matter how many solid explanations we had for some of the password off cards, others will likely never be explained completely. There's also the question of why the flags were used in the first place if the passwords were never going to be distributed. I would imagine having those flags were just part...
God, it is so crazy. It's like, Who could you even ask about this?
of the card planning process when curating Rose's pool, as this was their way to limit card availability, similar to max star chips in FM
Me?
or
Oh, you
other
know?
Yu-Gi-Oh games prior. Regardless of which order the flag assignments, full password encryption, or distribution choices were made, all of these methods work to limit card accessibility in Roses. Speaking of the encryption, the algorithm shouldn't lie anywhere within the game's files, given these passwords are hard-coded attributes of each card like the on and off flags. However, if one could decrypt Rose's passwords to the physical card passwords, while it wouldn't provide answers to our remaining cards, it could give us one last glimpse into the dev's work, and would be interesting to see if the passwords for the world premiere cards would match up or not. But since that's a bit out of my realm of expertise, I'll stick to searching the graveyard of history for today. At this point though, you might have guessed that I spent tons of research hours looking for anyone from the team who might be interested in chatting about the game.
I assumed, I was like, that's gotta be the first step, right?
But that, understandably, hasn't led anywhere. And with the mountain of Yu-Gi-Oh games from this era, combined with their lack of documentation, at least for now, the info, theories, and history of Rose's passwords has reached its end.
And honestly, the best thing you can do to get to those people is to publish a video like this.
Despite being able to find all the distributed password origins, as well as share some of the physical media that contained them, these items and their stories weren't easily accessible. Who knows how many more tales could be hidden on similar pages or forgotten sites. But behind all of this is the creation of the game itself, something we have far less information on, and already seems to be lost to time, leaving this decades-old Yu-Gi-Oh game with some secrets to keep. Even still, it has more than delivered countless hours of entertainment, be it to the players and their community over the years, my friends and I digging into the game endlessly, or all the amazing people like you who care to hear this game's tales. Personally, I have always loved learning about the history surrounding a piece of media and its development, so often ending up with interesting stories about the worlds created or the creators themselves. And in the case of Roses, the sheer detachment between the still to this day popular IP and the developers of this odd but creative project is a bit painful to see. I hope one day we can learn more of their stories, thoughts, and feelings about this outlier of a game, but until then, this is where the duel finally concludes. Good game.
What a neat video. Ugh. It's unfortunate that it ends kind of anticlimactically, but like, what are you gonna do? You know, at this point we're circling the drain on what we think people who were designing Yu-Gi-Oh games 20 years ago used as a metric to determine if or if not a card was obtainable or not. Ugh, man. What a... I love seeing a quality video, man. I love seeing a video with a lot of effort put into it. And, you know... on one hand, I'm like, God, this is such a niche thing to be into, but Yu-Gi-Oh is already a niche. It's just a niche of a niche of a niche. It's like, I've decided the thing I care about is the password acquisition menu in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelists of the Roses. And I think I gotta respect that. I mean, it is cool to do like these little hunts for information that appears to be lost, especially... Man, I do this all the time. I fall down these rabbit holes, especially for games that were coming out during that very specific period in like 2000, 2001, 2002, where they were just shitting video games out, you know? Wow. Cool stuff. Remember, chat, we are not watching the video here. We are subscribing. We are liking the video. We are helping boost it. Whew. What happened to the Wonky Quartet Let's Play channel? Will you guys come back to it? Yes. We took November off just because everyone had a disaster in November, and we wanted to come out December swinging. There will be content on it starting in December once again. We have a couple of things banked already. We did an RV playthrough that should be going up. Farfa and I have done some Millionaire. It'll be nice. All right, we'll do the deep fry hand video.
off the bat, there's no way that this one's not going to be demonetized. Don't try this at home. Ooh, the raw egg is cold. We're going to need a lot more coating if we're going to deep fry this hand. Ah, I feel like a kid again. You remember those 90s summer nights when you and your friends would deep fry your own hands?
Like, this came up in my sub box, and I was like, oh, yeah, interesting. And then I stared at it for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. What's necessary for this to happen? He's going to kill himself.
We had the internet, but it was nothing like what it was today. There we go. Get it nice and coated. Don't want to fill it up too much. We don't want oil spillage. Well, that seems kind of high to me, but you know, what temperature do you deep fry your hand at? If things go south, I do have this bowl of ice at the ready. Here we go. That's, okay, so I just realized that, that this is not going to work at all.
Okay, so I heard that and I was like, oh, thank God. That means he's going to call it, okay? It was just a fun bait of a video, right?
We need to shallow fry this.
No.
You know what? It still kind of burns a lot. It's funny, it does look golden brown. Well, certainly I've done a lot of dumb things
I mean, you can see his skin through it.
on this channel, but this is by far the dumbest. All right, I'm calling it done. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll take a finger.
Look, you can see his skin through it.
That tastes like breading. Come on, push your way in. There we go. I think the oils on my skin really flavored it well. Let's check out the damage. Oh, now that's a red hand.
Dude.
I'm still gonna have to give my own deep-fried hand a 2 out of 5.
Bop, 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 bop.
I'm sorry, man. Like, anything for content? This week for Ordinary Sausage has got me thinking we need to do a wellness check on this man. This one and the steak boiled in penny water I was like, dude, what the fuck? Oh my God. Let's do a comic dub.
Wow, this is the famous legendary hot spring. They say all your fatigue can be relieved by entering this hot spring. I must go in right away. I've been through so much lately. Countless battles. I've accumulated so much fatigue these days. Today is a day to rest without any thoughts.
The background music sounds like Disco Elysium OST.
You! Who came up behind me? This must be an emotion I'm feeling for the first time.
I'm always saying shit like this. It really does sound like Disco Elysium BGM. Where is... Hold up.
Time.
Okay. What song is this?
Nezuko.
Surely it got it off that.
Wah! What are you doing
Working.
back there, cutie? You surprised me by
Underwater by Nicholas Shank. I guess it's not.
suddenly appearing from behind. I thought you were in the box, but you came to the hot spring too. You've been tired too, right? We should relax deeply together.
That's right. My body has stiffened from being in the box all the time. I need to rid myself of fatigue at the hot spring. Could you please help me?
Of course I'll help you, Nezuko.
All right, let's do a Rule 30 Fortal. All right. What do we got for today? Kitana versus Bayonetta. I mean, it's got to be Bayonetta. Oh my God, that was way closer than I thought it was. Ooh. Nishinoya or Wooloo? Ooh, it's gotta be Wooloo. Yeah, okay. Pokemon buff. Leela or Meowscarada? There's so much Leela. But there's so much Meowscarada. Okay. Made the right choice. Ingrid, Brandel, Galatea, or Machoke? Machoke is a mid-Evo, though. I mean, still a Pokemon. It was Machoke. Fuck me, dude. Toy Bonnie or Mimikyu? Oh, shit. Oh, this one is a nightmare. I think it's Bonnie. I think it is Bonnie. There is Mimikyu. It's Bonnie. Let's go. I'm killing it today. Juri Han or Max Caulfield? Shit. I have no idea. I guess Juri Han, you know. Wow, there's a lot of both of them, though. Tony Chopper or Marnie? Oh, man. It's got to be Marnie. Lot of Boku wa Doctor. Kagamine Len or Claude Von Regan. Oh, this one is just a coin flip. I feel like it's got to be Len, right? It's got to be Len. Yeah, it was. Just barely, though. X or Sarutobi Konohamaru. Okay, Naruto usually is really high regardless. X is like a specific Mega Man. I'm going to say X. I'm never listening to you again. I'm never listening to chat again. Kefla or Sojourn? Kefla. Fuck me. 9 of 10. 9 of 10. I'm never listening to chat again. Holy moly. Oh. All right. Most jobber looking Naruto. That's the thing is like, this is a nobody guy from Naruto, but everyone just jacks off to Naruto characters all the time, apparently. All right, let's do the Twitter thread. Chess. This is a classic video. Yu-Gi-Oh! Genesis. 2 years ago. Isn't that crazy? I hate it. All right. Oh, we should do an extra thing. Folks, today's stream is sponsored by Exter. Folks, we've been with Exter for a little while now. They've been good to us, and they're good to us today. Exclamation mark Exter, EKSTER in chat. We'll get you a link to their website, which I'm on right now. In preparation for Black Friday, this is a fantastic place to get wallets and wallet adjacent things delivered to you. I have played with the travel pack vacuum kit. Still in my office. It isn't. I put it away like 15 times on stream because it's very funny. It's one of those bags that you put clothes in before you travel and then you suck all the air out of so you can put more stuff in a carry-on bag and you don't have to pay for checked baggage. But I use the Extra wallet daily. It is my wallet of choice. And if you use my link, which someone just generated the Streamlabs for, or you click the panel down there, you can get up to 54% off specific things for Black Friday. The one that I like the most is the Finder card because I'm always losing my wallet. Can you tell them if they increase the card holder from 65 to 67, they will probably sell more? No. All right, let's do the Twitter thread. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, and we are back with another Twitter thread. Today I'm talking about cards that have fallen TF off. Cards that used to be extremely good in everything and now are totally invisible. And I'm going to begin with one of my favorites, Fiendsmith Engraver. Now I know what you all are going to say, this guy is nowhere because they banned Moon, but he was nowhere while Moon was legal near the end of his lifespan as well. A significant amount of decks can still make him. Anything that has access to a 3 or a 4 or, you know, like a Light Fiend. But everyone just sort of assumed he was no longer necessary. And even unbanning Lacrima changed nothing for him. The fact of the matter is, it's a pretty significant engine in terms of requirements in deck. You have to play the Lurie, and the end result just isn't much more powerful than stuff other decks are already able to do. It's crazy. I mean, these cards were released hit in Master Duel, and now if I saw someone playing Fiendsmith across the table from me, I'd be like, oh, okay. Let's see what you all have come up with. All right, let's just be honest here. A lot of these are going to be wrong. Legendary Falloff for sure. Hoo hoo hoo. Ugh. This is a great one, Spence. Thank you. Magician Souls. This guy broke Spiral. He was universally applicable in decks thanks to Illusion of Chaos, and now he is nowhere. Where still, new cards with Soul's genre of effect are called circulars now. Stolen Valor! Wait, that's hilarious! That's correct. Sending from deck in order to summon from hand is referred to as a circular, despite the fact that Souls, a card responsible for a tier 0 deck, pioneered it. That is so funny. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. And also true, Magician Souls occasionally features in like White Forest builds that are still coping on like Toy Box, but yeah, it turns out a card like this that extends to the field and then like cycles a bunch of bad cards in your hand or a couple of decent ones if you have something going on aren't fantastic. The last time I saw it played was the first week of Azamina Snake Eye. Shumping Zhu played it at the regional I lost in finals, where he had it as a package you could find off of Where Arf Thou alongside Droll and Lockbird, just doing like a really high roll strategy to take advantage of like first week greeniness. Wait, this was in Trift's deck? Oh, was this in the Trift deck that was like 60 cards long and had every engine in it? Yes? Okay, nothing from that deck counts because that deck was playing any card that could even remotely be called good. We just wouldn't have a thread, right? I low-key miss days when all strategies were glued together by this little guy. No? I don't. By the way, if you haven't been following up with Elestrals, Astrabbit's kind of been power crept. Okay, come on, Adam. I can't say this one. You lose one OSS and all of a sudden you're yesterday's news? Yes. You lose your best target? Yes. You are kind of... What do you mean? Yes. Also, this card is playable in White Forest today, right? Aren't people still playing it? I don't know, man. Master Duel answer, all of this is legal and no one plays it. Dire with a killer answer. This is a fantastic one. It is crazy that originally when they hit Celestial and people stopped playing DPE, we were like, oh, maybe that is an elegant solution to the problem that doesn't necessitate a ban of Verte Anaconda. And then we realized all of it can be legal. This entire sequence can be legal at once. Any deck that can make 2 monsters on their side of the field, which is all of them, can end on a DPE and potentially drawing 2 cards on a follow-up turn. And they don't. They just elect not to. They're like, I don't want to play Destiny Hero Denier that badly. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the argument is there is a different Link 2 you can make that functionally wins you the game if you've got 2 errant monsters on your side of the field. It's called SP, and it doesn't require you to play 3 main deck bricks. The fall-off of the Adventure token was huge. These cards were released hit in multiple ways in Master Duel. Absolutely correct. The first format where this card was legal, everyone was playing it. It was everywhere during that based format as well. And then absolutely nowhere despite 0 hits to the engine. They banned Griffin Rider in the OCG. Yes, this card and its associated archetype are nowhere. Isn't that crazy to think about? It's not that it's inaccessible either. Any deck that has 3s in it can make Cherubini send the Enchantress and immediately get the whole engine anyway. But it's just like it requires such a very specific deck to warrant playing because so many people need their normal summon activation. And that deck needs to want this effect. And that, I think, happens so infrequently that it's just not even being considered. Although I wouldn't have been surprised if this was in that Trift deck too. Fucking hell. New rules. Well. Yeah. Bumbles has a good one. The Borals. Borlo Dragon was in everything on release. If you remember, the reason Borlo Dragon was so popular was in part because it was a card that elegantly answered the end form of the Synchro Spam decks, which was Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. It beats the hell out of that card at a time when DDD was still kind of being experimented with. It was crept by Boral Sword Dragon, which became played in absolutely everything as a mechanism to close out games almost immediately, which got crept by Borreload Savage Dragon, which was part of an end board, and ultimately they are now on Boral End Dragon, playable only in Dragon Link. You can argue that Boral Sword Dragon was crept by Access Code Talker, but I think Link 4 monster that wins you the game by attacking is just something that decks are allowed to have now. I can't imagine it getting much better than Access Code, though. My cousin super. I just got to stop reading these. Boral Sword and Borreload. Thank you, Jesse. Saw someone already post Gores, but haven't seen any mention of the other staple hand trap of the time, Tragoedia. I guess in that regard, you could mention all Battle Fader style hand traps like Fader himself and Swift Scarecrow, just not relevant anymore. I think the last time these were even being considered was like Dragon Ruler format, because it was a way you could resist an OTK and end boards didn't have too many negates in them. And so, like, you would get a chance to try and kill them back. Tragoedia going down is so rough. It's just crazy how strong this card is in the formats where it's legal and how nowhere it is just even, like, 6 months later. Now we're playing House of Wax. House of Wax is like the modern version of Fader, and it did see a little play, but holy moly. Oh, man. I mean, not at all, dog. There are people playing this now. You can only play one of this card, and people are playing it. With all the different hand traps that are... Who gives a fuck about a hand trap? Negate your yummy. I guess, what? I was part of the big push in Yu-Gi-Oh! Players pre-Master Duel during COVID, and I remember how mandatory this card was in many formats until it became the worst side card, even recently when it's made a comeback. What? This card is, like, very popular right now. 0 points in Genesis 2. It's in every Genesis side deck. Am I crazy? Am I going nuts? Maybe it's on the Vanquish Soul list. Doesn't really make sense there. Surely it's in some of these. The literal second place deck is playing it. Right? Am I crazy? All right. I have not seen anybody say our favorite Dino Boy Pankratops. God, he was limited. Oh, one thing about Pankratops that you may not know if you weren't playing during this period is that post-board, a lot of games would get simplified really early just because of the quality of going second tools that existed. And then, like, decks that aim to play a control-style game, Altergeist, Trickstar, would just end up reducing to Pankratops control. They would just summon Pankratops and be like, all right, out this guy. And then if they tried out them, they'd be like, I'm 2 for 1-ing you, right? Really, really cool card. And I thought when he came back he was going to see play. I was like, oh yeah, this guy's going to get cited for sure. He did for like a month, and then everyone was like, we can do better. It's crazy. This card used to rule the game, and it's currently legal in all formats. Even Master Duel exists with Verte, and no one touches it. It was banned in Master Duel until recently, and it just didn't do anything. It hit the game like a wet fart. Just an argument about, like, the necessity of summoning monsters on your turn. This card was playable in, like, Guru, which is one of the few decks that just didn't have to summon monsters on its first turn. Or Predaplan Verte Anaconda, in which it was totally crept by Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. But there was a really short period of time when this guy was just so everywhere. Ugh, those Drytron decks that you would, like, hand trap them 3 times and they'd be like, well, I've got 2 Drytrons to work with. Watch this. Holy moly. Hello, Quantal. Would you rather have $1 million or a dog that doubles in age every second? What would I do with a dog that doubles in age every second? Wouldn't it die in like 10 seconds? I guess I would rather have $1 million. I imagine this is going to be some kind of bit. Wrong, idiot. The dog would have given you $2 million. I don't think that's true. You could put wine in it and age it. Then you could also have old dog. Oh. Okay. It could become oil dog. Oh. Okay. I remember seeing these in extras for literally years after 2019, but outside of niche attributes or type locked decks, I don't see these cards ever over like Zeus, SP, or Typhoon. Yep. I think Cerberus comes up every so often because there are some scenarios where it's relevant, and Phoenix comes up occasionally. God, a Nightmare Unicorn really totally vanished though. I mean, most of them vanished. I mean, these are all it's nothing. It's like, yeah, all these cards are just nothing. Serb is for Chunter, yeah. Did not get hit on any ban lists, wasn't outpaced too bad, has everything you would need out of a modern deck, and is splashable. How has this not seen tops in a year? I think the last person to like really invest any time into this deck was Kevin, of all people. Yeah, it's weird that Ostinato was like the scariest card you could be sitting across from for like months, and then people just stopped playing it. It just stopped seeing any play whatsoever. It still does everything. You don't have to play a ton of cards in order to enable it. You can go for like a chill, smaller engine, and people just elect not to do it. You just need to play too much non-engine now? I guess. I mean, I guess. Answer from long, long ago, but I miss when getting maxied meant you set a couple of generic power one-ofs that every deck was using instead of admitting defeat. Knew there'd be enough to get you to turn 3 and give them nice back and forth game. Warning, torrential, compulse, bottomless in every deck for so long. I mean, these cards aren't that new off the list, I'll be honest. I think torrential only came out in like, what, like 2017 or something, but yeah, a Book of Moon is aged super well, man. Come on. What? I think Zeus is fine. It's just like Zeus's power comes and goes based on the availability of decks that can make it, right? Hold up. I'm going back to fucking... Yes, of course Zeus is in this. Why wouldn't it be? Like, the deck that won... Okay. Yeah, I agree with this, but I don't want to put it in here because we just put it in the last one. Borderline must have on release, but fell off as soon as non-destruction removal like Cosmic gained traction. MST getting revived and being able to use the negate doesn't help its case either, even that is kind of niche usage. Yep, there's just better cards that beat back row. Harpy's Feather Duster, evenly matched. Even in formats like Genesis, where this card is 0 points, it doesn't really see play. Instead, people elect to play Cosmic Cyclone just for situations where you'd rather have it banished. It is rough to think that like this card no is not playable and double Cyclone is. Holy moly. I'm going to be honest, I'm still thinking about the dog that makes itself old. That dog is going to be older than the universe in like a day. The greatest extender that has existed since 2002. It's completely generic, no cost, extremely versatile, and now it's searchable off of thrust. Surely people still play this powerful limited card, right? This card has not been powerful for a decade, but I can't help but agree. There are some formats, especially ones like Tengu, where this card feels totally backbreaking, but there's a lot of them where now decks just get a reborn spell as part of their mainline combo. I think the reason this card is a 1 is because it's iconic. Same reason that like the Exodia pieces are a 1, for instance. It's even got like an upgraded form in Spellcard Monster Reborn that actually does stuff that's relevant. Everyone's saying these guys. Ash? I mean, I guess I get the argument that it's not as good as it used to be, but with the Charmies, it's kind of only gotten better. And even if the Charmies weren't around, I imagine this card would still see play. Oh, yeah, this is a great one. I remember back in 2012 and 13, I was seeing this in every deck until Dragon Ruler format, where it was just some Ul Swarm decks. Over time, it just never showed up. Now it is bulk. This is a great, great, great answer. Forbidden Lance was played in almost everything for a lot of the reasons that the Trevor Allen post makes sense about. A lot of the time, you were just setting a bunch of cards that contested your opponent's normal summon or big push. This was a way to get your push through those cards, the original Called by the Grave. It also helps you win combat, which was occasionally relevant. I mean, they mention Elswarm. That's a setup in which it really does matter what the attack of your Ophion is. There were some formats recently where it was played. I remember playing it like targeting like my Kashtira Rise Heart, but largely this card has pretty much fallen off. We did these. The Danger cards. Yes, great one. Huge fall off. I'm pretty sure everyone is fully legal in Master Duel now, and no one is playing them outside of a few decks that pair with them incredibly well. The Dangers are good for a couple of things. This like deep draw deck that draws your entire deck and wins, which of course, you know, none of those decks are particularly robust. And at spamming link bodies. But spamming link bodies really doesn't do anything anymore with no Apollosa and none of the generic extra dex negates that we used to have. Functionally, just spamming bodies to your side of the field just puts like enough that you can make a Saruya and hope to find more bodies to put on your field. Like, you linking doesn't even win the game anymore. I mean, we talked about this a lot when links came out, but for a long period of time, summoning a shitload of monsters and just like making a U-link or a board with nightmares that was hard to break was enough of a game plan for a lot of strategies, but that hasn't been true for a while, and one huge casualty of that, of course, is the danger monsters. The other reason these cards suck is Droll. What? Sorry, am I crazy? This topped YCS Bologna 5 days ago. 2 weeks ago, YCS Pittsburgh. Right? Am I crazy? Like, this is a crazy-ass card in Gem Knight. Come on! Also in the Trift deck. Yeah. Also correct. Yeah. Holy moly. Largely, the rank 4 toolbox died going back into Master Rule 4. 2 of these cards see a lot of play. I mean, it's not for the reasons you expect. This one's a wind-winged beast, and this one's a light fiend. Shit, this guy sees play too. He's a Tachyon target. Although I'm probably playing Ragna Zero, right? Saiton is still broken. Yeah, the effect of Exciton still very much matters. This card is fucking good. Oh. Yeah. You know, maybe not. This is because of the ban, right? I loved that small period of time between the Link starter deck's Code of the Duelist, when this was the only monster with 2 arrows pointing down and was an auto-include in pretty much any deck that went to the extra. We really put up with a lot during the early Link era. We were out here like weaving 5 monsters into a combo to make like Decode Talker Proxy. Oh my god. We called him a negate. We, like Nintendo Wii? Dude, do you remember people being like, this is 3.5 negates? Because it'd be 3 negates plus the Decode Talker. Wow, when was the last time Destrudo saw play? $5 months ago at a UK national? Fuck me, dude. Yeah, I mean, this guy was a scary ass card forever, and now he's nothing. FD, right, water, bore load, access code. This is because of a hit and a meta shift. The Punk engine, in theory, should still be amazing. It's full combo for certain decks through some rank 3s and is a 1.5 card zombie vampire. Wait, what's a Habakiri? I mean, this is... I would argue that the Punks have never been, like, good. I struggle to think of too many times in which I was like, oh yes, the Punks, part of this incredibly relevant meta deck. But it is very telling that any engine that just gets you some amount of advantage immediately has to contend with the Mitsurugi, which 99 times out of 100 are going to do what you do better. Potential deck. Gonna sound like a broken record, but Tenpai, they hit a lot of them, man. They hit like a ton of them, right? They changed things on the ban list in order to prevent you from playing it. Mirror Force, I mean, yeah. This card was never great. Dual Links answer. Sphere used to be in every single deck, and you would think the addition of Link monsters killed it, but no. Stopped seeing play well before that when Book of Moon came to Dual Links. Now we have Book of Eclipse, so it got double power crept. Correct, but a lot of the reason Sphere Karibo was playable was the suite of monsters that were playable fucking sucked. And like combat and attack and defense stats mattered a lot. As soon as decks started having like a capital G game plan, this card was getting cut. You miss it though. No, this card's good. Please tell me Forbidden Chalice has been played recently. Four days ago. At a Genesis... Oh, it actually just topped Bologna. Yep. All right. I was going to say, like, didn't they... didn't people play this? Oh, man. Metal Tronus. What do you... Yeah, yeah, obviously Metal Tronus is good or not based on if it's... Like, if everyone's making the same extra deck guy, this card is good. Yeah, honestly, Truth Nuke. True, I haven't seen her at all recently. They're talking about Master Duel, and like, yeah, I guess it's not very playable in Master Duel, but like, no synchro is playable in Master Duel, right? You can't make it in any of these decks, so it's bad. And the first deck that makes synchros does play her. Overlap with the last thread, but it has to be this guy, right? Did I accidentally make the same thread twice in a row? Yeah, Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardish is a great example. This card used to be a deck's entire game plan. It used to be a fun backup engine. Used to be able to jam a couple of Fog Blades into your deck and call it a day if you got interrupted. Now it's nothing. Pank again. Gobolin. Remember when this guy was banned? This guy didn't ever need to be banned, man. Wow, people are mostly saying the same things. Unfortunately, incantations were never good. Ever since the baby came home, this hasn't been getting as much play as it probably should. All right, you got me. This is a great answer. Like a bunch of the answers in the thread. Where the fuck is Blue Eyes Primite? Like, what's going on? Like, okay, top 3 decks. Ryziel, Malice, Blue Eyes, right? Ryziel and Malice sustain massive hits. New decks released for Jush format. You would expect Blue Eyes Primite to stick around. Where the fuck is it? I guess, like, a couple of people have topped with it, but, like, it is crazy to be like, no, yeah, it even got new support, and it is just not around at all. Blue Eyes Primate legit still does shit. It's just that people are bored. It would be funny to be like, yeah, it's washed. Not necessarily because it's bad, but because, oh my god, if I have to summon Blue Eyes again, I'm going to lose it. What are you talking about? Wasn't too long ago that decks were using this. Dark? Yeah, we're here. Whoa, wait, maybe I'm fucking insane. Maybe they're totally right. No, wait, no, they're not. YCS Bologna. Top 4, yeah. Do I need to explain these 4? I guess so. Wow. Yes. So Scapegoat, of course, was really good in 2004 and then, you know, not good afterwards. But Scapegoat was also really good in 2017 when Link Monsters were first released. It was a way to get to a Link 4 for free. And at the time, you would use it for Firewall Dragon, but as new Link Monsters were released, it became more and more powerful. You play it in a control deck, flip it at the end of your opponent's turn, and then just win on your turn. You can still do that now. You can get 4 Link material. The problem is you have to commit to not summoning anything on your opponent's turn. And there just aren't very many decks that do that and also want to get to game 3. I think that legitimately, like, this card is one of the most powerful things nobody's playing. Yeah, that's better for the other thread then, right? Even in GOAT format, this has fallen off. You just can't play with a -1 that only pays off on turn 3. Yeah, I mean, that is true. Yeah. I mean, it pays off turn 1. You summon all 4 Scapegoats, and then you just start cheating. Also effect monsters for Link material now, so you have to put a fuck ton of extra deck space for them. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like that back then, too. You got away with it because they were Earth, and you could make Mrs. Radiant. But, like, now that extra deck space is tight, you don't want to be jamming in, like, Link Spiders and shit. Yeah, I think I would probably say Raigeki. I think the last deck I saw maining Raigeki or siding Raigeki was Honko Chow had like a flu list that played 3 out of the board. This card is nowhere. It was everywhere. The entire time it was legal. Then the entire time that it was limited. Then just everyone stopped playing it at once. The last thing that's really jamming this card is, of course, Sky Striker, but they're jamming it with another million cards that are great going second. Didn't Tenpai play Raigeki? Tenpai played anything that simplified the board state. I would say that this card is a good answer for this one. Yummy sides it against the mirror. That can't be true. I'm looking it up. We're looking it up again. Nah, I don't think so. It got top 8 at this event with 38 players. Wait, it got top 4 at the Arcanum Hobbies ranking with 17 players. Literally 2 YCS tops. There was a YCS in Pittsburgh? Damn, okay, fuck me. You were right. There's Blue Eyes too, yeah. Off thrust, okay. Damn, fuck me. All right, I guess this card is still good. A shame it's no longer seen anymore. No, fuck this card. This is a good one. I felt like for a good chunk after Agov, people were just putting Horus in everything just to feel something, and then people realized maybe tossing away your whole hand and possible interaction for some big boys on a rank 8 might have been a bit oversold. Agreed. Totally agree. Very much agree. Man, these cards were way overplayed relative to their power level, I think, but it is crazy that here they are played nowhere. Master Duel, they are still a little popular. You are correct. I think the last time they were consistently played was like Gimmick Puppet FTK played these. You can play them in like stun builds. I don't know. Would you rather have $1 million or a dog that doubles in age every... No, right? Malefics were all in the YouTube combo video. What the fuck YouTube combo video was doing Malefic stuff? I guess Stardust was in like some Gravekeeper builds as a way to protect Necro Valley, but that's it, right? Alternate reality answer. This shit is by Paradox. Yeah, dude, they banned all the good cards. We should have this guy again. But honestly, it's crazy we don't have him in the TCG. He's so important. Yeah. What happened to this one? People play it in formats where there are big exes to get. I don't know. Like this was printed for Genesis. Yeah, it was printed for Genesis. Well, because of the ban list, right? Am I? This is Fed Negator. She's trolling. I think this counts. Probably, maybe not, but I can't think of anything that wasn't already said. True. Ugh. This card sees play when the cards that it eats show up. Well, yeah, but they fucking took all the good cards this summons away. Also, it got hit. Oh my god. Then we all agreed Phoenix was the better option. Phoenix didn't exist. Master Duel answer, but holy people were so scared of this card. Yeah, me, motherfucker. I can't believe this card isn't good. T-Drag was in like everything, but the poor Thunder type sees no play anymore because Graceful Charity is banned. That's why you think this card isn't seeing play? Why? Beast mode. Oh my god. What does the T in toss stand for? Oh man. This card's great. What are you talking about? I think this is just them trying to say something. I think they're like, I gotta say something other people haven't said. And they're like, it feels bad into most decks. That is true. Droplet never feels like great to activate, but I don't know. This card was insane until it got put to 1. Now I see it. This card is still insane. I don't know how to tell. This card is still really good. I remember looking at, what was it? It's like a K9 profile that I think Christian Urena put out or something. And he had like talent, Prosby, and he was like, all right, here are the 2 cards that win you the game immediately. Moving on. It won Bologna. I'm getting trolled. 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 I'm not gonna fall for this. Remember Terraforming getting banned at Master Duel? Who's playing that Droll Magnet? Especially when every deck with a field spell can get to it without taking up a hand trap spot. I guess they did keep printing cards that are just Terraforming, so what can I fucking say? Yeah, you don't play it in Vanquish Soul because another card gets it, but this card is bannably strong. What are you talking about? Okay, good one, good one. All right, yes, what the fuck is this? You couldn't find a normal picture of Access Code Talker. You had to take a picture where some fucking site ripped it and printed it onto a fleece blanket. What? What? They're talking about it like this is a normal picture too. In its current format, I think it's not the staple it wants. What? Address me. Address me. Yeah, I mean, it got crapped and now it's around for Typhoon. It has Amina. Whatever happened to this guy? Yo, he was like $50. You could make him with the Horuses. I don't know, man. Not a lot of 8s. The last deck that was even experimenting with this guy was Snake Eye, right? Because you could make 2 8s. I think you can play it in Mitsu. Do people do it? Is the extra deck that loose? They do? All right. Well, shows what I know. Okay, then we can't put this here. Really? They don't have better shit to be playing? It's a negate dog? Yeah, but it's terrible. Yeah, I mean, here's one from Bologna. Oh, this is the Rhizio build, but still. That's the other 8 you play outside of Draguxleon and Hope Harb. Okay, this is maybe too many. Double Cyclone. Big week for Double Cyclone. Gluxion tags into it. This card is so good. Oh, you have to be playing the other one too. Okay, I see what's going on. Wait, but you can only get Hope Harb. What are you talking about? Because this guy has the wrong stats and he's not a dragon. Okay. Half the people in here know what this card does, but the other half don't. It attaches the Photon Lord. Yeah. But why? You don't even need anything under a Hope Harb. It's in paper. I can just lie in a duel. Oh, okay. I see. Which one of the best decks is putting up a giant tower? Lunalite? No, the best decks. It won Worlds. Lunalite? No. K9 won Worlds. Where is this motherfucker? Wasn't she limited or something? Am I going crazy? Wasn't she limited at one point? Holy shit. No, this card is still great in Master Duel. Look. Or in Duel Links. This card's crazy in Duel Links. Look, it's mid tier 3. Jank FTKs just don't have the time for the classics anymore. Dualtating doesn't need it because everybody gets 1,000. That's so true! Duel Links. Fenrir, come on, dude! Fucking, what do you mean, Fenrir? Fenrir is the one piece of non-engine not... Oh my god. I'll do it again. I'm gonna do this over and over again. Bologna. Branded Draco Tail. These fucking branded Draco Tail players love splashing this card. This is one I'm very happy about. Me too, buddy. She shows up. Man. They don't even... Sometimes they don't even play him in the retro format. We definitely thought these cards were better than they were. I miss the hands. The hands are fucking fun. They're neat. This is Ordinary Sausage's hands? Yeah. Yes, this is correct. Knock is not strong. I guess the thing that changed is there's no more flip effect monsters. I miss battle traps with such a passion. They were the best type moments, though, that you come back from behind. They could print a mirror force that says banish your opponent face down and wouldn't see play now. What's the best battle trap that has been playable recently? Ice barrier? Ugh, don't say evenly matched. That doesn't count. I think... Yeah, I think it's ice barrier. Ghastly glitch? That's not a battle trap. Fair welcome? Storming had some like a year or so ago. I guess, man. I guess. It is interesting to think like for like a decade, they were printing traps specifically designed to be like, your attack has triggered my trap card, and none of them have been good since then. Vovo had one. Vovo did have one, but people didn't play it. Sucks just got power crept once everyone realized the old dog was so much better. Oil dog. Now, don't get me wrong. This card is insane. Okay, back to the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro deck. Branded Draco Tail, Branded Draco Tail, Branded Draco Trail, Branded Draco Tail, 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 Branded Lunalite. Okay. Branded Draco Tail. I can't believe the fall off. I can't believe the fall off either. Oh, we can't put this in here. It was in the last one. They banned all the shit this deck could do. What do you mean? What do you mean? Sure, I mean, I guess. I feel bad for Tornado Dragon. Tornado Dragon was playable in Ryzield. Come on. This card is so good, man. This card is so good. Oh, this is a good answer. Yeah. From tied for tier 1 in a never-before-seen power level shift to literally nowhere to be seen. It is funny that this deck is functionally legal in Genesis, and people are like, nah, fuck it, I'm not playing those cards. It is just crazy that this deck isn't playable. I guess there's no Elf, but we have Elf in Master Duel, and this deck is still fat nowhere. I don't know what it is. I get, you know, the thing about the Sprite end board is that it is layered. It's just kind of low to the ground. And decks just don't care anymore. Judeu brought Millennium Sprite to Worlds as a second deck. Worlds deck lists don't count. Like, you have to make some really strange decisions. Dude, what the fuck do you mean? Am I crazy? Am I just going nuts? Is okay, back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck. Bologna. Regional. Bologna. Regional. Come on. These are in the last 5 days. Like one of the. Like one. Oh my god. Cyber Dragon. Sure. This is like the only reason Gem Knight is a tiered deck. Come on. Oh my god. Holy moly. Man, I guess, man. I don't I don't fucking know. What do you want me to say? Holy moly. Yeah, debug fell off, yes. Oh, Ningirsu. Yes, dude. Yes. How are more people on IP? They hit all the cards and Fiendsmith came out. Come on. He banned all the pendulum decks. All right, I think I've had enough, folks. I think that's gonna be it for this one. What the fuck? True! Wait, so true! Oh my god. I'm just making myself mad now. I'm just looking at these to make myself mad. Still pretty useful. Yeah, uh-huh. She's all right. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, this card is banned. Guess it's not doing anything in Master Duel. Why not? Master Duel answer. Snake Eye Oak got banned. They banned 18 cards from this deck. I can't even look at the good ones anymore. I'm just getting mad about the bad ones. What do you... Am I insane? Oh. Hold up. Okay, fair. He was around during like the Jush format, but yeah, I guess he is gone now. Huh. Well, fuck me. This was everywhere at my locals 2 to 3 months ago. Me too. Me too. What? You thought Singularity Fiend was going to be the next popular hand trap? Who the fuck is this? This is Graggle. This is a Graggle hand trap. What does it do? When your opponent special summons a monster, destroy that monster. You do have to discard him and a spell card, though. Crazy, I could have swore I saw him a few weeks ago. Oh my god. Whoa. Okay. That is true. Master Duel answer. Cash is basically unhit over here. Cash is They limited Wraith Soth. What is it? It's Fenrir to 1, Unicorn to 2, Wraith Soth to 1. Diablosis banned, yeah. True. True. He got banned. He's back. He's back. Why does everyone think Fenrir is bad? Am I for real? Okay, I think we're done. I think we've finished. I wonder why. I wonder why. From your lips to God's ear. What happened to this guy? What happened to this guy, man? What happened to this guy? 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 Bologna, Bologna, Bologna. Ooh, yummy. Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh. Come on. Does Pure Yummy play this dude? Out of the board. This new sexy package. All right, here we go. All in all, this thread has taught me two things. Firstly, all in all, this thread has taught me two things. Firstly, a lot of the cards that we are scared of today may tomorrow be This thread has taught me two things. Firstly, that a lot of the cards we are scared of today may be tomorrow's bulk bin bumblers. This thread has taught me two things. Firstly, that today's fucking last time. This thread has taught me two things. Firstly, that the scary cards of today might be the shitty cards of tomorrow. And secondly, that none of my viewers play Yu-Gi-Oh! I know, yeah, you're all waiting for the long credit sequence. Roll it. There you go. Oil dog, oil dog, oil dog. The dog is oil. Well, being in the MBT video was not in my bingo sheet today. Pre-watched Master Saga. I pre-lived Master Saga. This Master Saga sucks. It's only an hour.
Sorry, I'm...
Only an hour? Next time, set the turn length to 900 for MBT. All right, I'm trying to get out of here by 10 so that Jillian doesn't kill me. Do y'all want to do variety? I haven't really gotten to do Isaac in a while. Yeah, let's do some of that. But before we do, quick reminder that this stream is sponsored by Exter. Exclamation mark Exter. We'll get you a link to their site where they've got some fantastic deals on a significant amount of their excellent products. We've worked with Exter a bunch of times before, and I personally use their stuff on the reg. Their travel pack vacuum kit is really great because I am cheap as all hell, and I don't want to pay for a checked bag of luggage now that Southwest doesn't let you do that. So I put all my clothes in there, and I suck all the air out of it with the attached little thing. We've done that on stream a couple of times, and it's always very funny. I also use their wallet and their Finder card because I keep losing the wallet. If you use my link or click down there, you can get, as part of a Black Friday sale, up to 54% off of select items. Again, thank you so much to Exeter for sponsoring this stream. They're a frequent partner of the channel. And that's actually a picture of me right here. That's me right there. Our partners. Andrew Schultz, Shay Whitney, Aaron Brimhall, and of course, Joseph Rothschild. Let it go, Unk. What do we got? This stun deck has only our cards. That's so true. All right, with that, we're going to turn the stream over to a little bit of variety. At the end of our streams on Monday and Wednesday, we like to do a little bit of variety. Things are going to be changing. Things are going to be changing soon as a result of my severely reduced amount of time I can spend on stream, just because at present we have to give Vriska round-the-clock care because she was so premature. And for that reason... Oh, hello. Let's go to Isaac. Oh, wait, it's like half and half? Wait, what's going on here? Why does it say unsent on it? That's not... But you can barely see Isaac under there, too. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house.
So as a result, we played a little Once Upon a Galaxy Monday just for like 15 minutes. Today we're going to play a more substantial Isaac stream. We have about an hour to wrap this up. So we are going to be playing... Ugh, still can't fix that. We're going to be playing a little bit of Eden streaking. Me, I like me eating Eden. I like Eden, Mimi, Big Eden. And you know what? We're not even going to hold R until we get a good seed. Wow, Joseph, you've changed. All right, let's see. We've got Mom's Pad, the best active in the world. I'll take Blood Bombs, though. Oh, my God. Look at that tier rate. The damage is good. I won't deny the damage is quite good, but look at that tier rate. Oh, boy. Is there an Esau game? Like how Isaac had his brother Esau? Yeah, it's called T. Jacob. Nietzsche Chinese babies. Shong chong chong ooh ah. All right, I'm going to do some lazy Matman style call and response, okay? We're going to do like, I'm going to say something and you guys are going to sound off with something important to you, right? How is everybody doing today? Yeah, is that doing anything for you? Oh, we have Spider Bite as well. That's a great one to start with. Or is that the Intruder? It is the Intruder. Bad. Okay. Gay. Pain. All right, I think we may have a little different audience. You know, when Madman does it, usually the audience is like, I'm excited for Resident Evil. How is everybody doing today? Awful. My back hurts and I have a mortgage. I'm doing terrible. My dick stinks. I have stinky dick disease. I miss Oil Dog. I made the wrong choice. I didn't want the $1 million. Spent too much money on Trip. We've all been there. I voted for Duel Links in the Steam Awards. I didn't. You want... what do you want, Master Rule to win things? Listen, I'll tell you this, Konami. You ban my good friend Maximum Seamanus, and I will vote for your dog shit ass game for Steam Awards. All right, kind of a reasonable secret room there. Nothing too exciting to write home about. You can record tonight, by the way. Replays are not great, but we'll get back on the ball next week when I finally have free time. Hey, you can take more time with the replays. Again, I am not recording tonight. I'm recording tomorrow. I just want to be able to write the thing tonight. Buddy, I have. You're like, listen, I'm trying to get free from this as much as you. I just love having low tier rate against these little fleas and not being able to one-shot them. That's hell for me personally. That's hell. Edmund McMillan, you piece of shit. This run looks like ass. Well, yeah. What do you want me to say? I'm really excited for Mom's Pad. Wait, how did... They don't tell you that? The basement is the hardest part? Everyone knows Burning Basement is where Hitler lives. Gotta become back your money, as they say. Wow, I have no fucking clue in the entire world where the super secret would be. I thought you pressed R. No, I usually don't press R. Or I usually do press R, but today I was like, you know what? For the importance of the game, to keep the game honest, to keep myself honest, I'm not going to press R. I'm going to play the first Eden seed we pull, and we pulled, you know, the seed out of Satan's butthole. Activate your active. No, I'm waiting. I want to be able to activate the active at an opportune moment. Because, unfortunately, the active does not last forever. Yeah, it lasts for like half a second. The real important part of the active is I get one fly, and the fly hits the guy and does 500 damage that I don't have to spend an hour figuring out. I would like to thank the intruder here, who is doing a lot of fucking work. I would like to thank the cooldown on the boss's ability to get slowed, which is really freaking annoying me. That was unbelievable. Thank you, Screw. Tears, if you insist. Look at that shot speed, though. I'm firing my laser. Well, we probably don't have enough to play the sack room. That's Spider Bite, not Intruder. It's been killing me. Thank you. In your first playthrough of Disco Elysium, were you communist, fascist, ultra-liberal, or moralist? I was communist. I think you probably have to be communist in your first playthrough. I'm trying to get Farfa to... Oh, I'll take the Soul Heart. Ooh, I also really want Habit, though. Fine. What am I going to do? That's a lot of money. Maybe I'll get them both. I won't. I'm a little off. Anyway, I'm trying to get Farfa in our playthrough to do the fascist route. I'm also trying to get him to do the play. Where the hell is the secret room? All right, well, moving on. I'm surprised he just doesn't naturally go fascist. We haven't played since the last episode that's up on the Wonky Quartet gaming channel. And so, I mean, if you want to see us play something, voice to the other Wonky Quartet members that you want to see it played. Because I want to play Bomb Game again, and I want to play more Disco Elysium, and none of the other people want to play those games. But we don't know what we want to play anyway. A lot of people told us to play Gang Beasts, so we downloaded Gang Beast, and I got to tell you, Gang Beasts does not work. The game just... it doesn't function anymore. I don't know if it worked at one point and now has been fallen into dereliction, but we just could not get it to work. Well, Cookbook is better than Mom's Pad, I'll say that. Ooh, and a free secret room, if you insist. Wow, really good stuff here. Thankfully, my high tier rate will win me this game. Thankfully, I'm sure to win because my tiers are superior. If you guys don't play Jackbox, I will die. We are going to play Jackbox, I will tell you. Okay. That's a direction. And if that's, there's books in there, we could get Bookworm. That could be an early, really powerful thing to do. Now, keep these guys down. Whoo! Did you see that schmovement? Tell me that wasn't schmovement. Alright. Interesting. All right. Let me get his speed up. Let me get a tears up. Range down. And now we do not have any range. Our range was already bad. Look at that. What the hell am I supposed to do with this? Okay, I'm cheating this room. Get these guys out of here. Oh, Jesus. There goes my devil chance. Okay, this is interesting. Well, unfortunately, I can't go in there because I have no health. Where's my health? Like, what's going on? Could play Uno if you all have it. I don't have Uno. I have the oldest PC known to man. But we got some fun stuff coming up. What else can I talk about? Fatherhood? Fatherhood's fun, man. I've really been enjoying myself. Of course, I don't really have to raise the child yet. I just have to be around them. I don't have to, like, instill any values into them. Just have to stand next to them and look at my phone while they cry. You know how it works. I think that's what parenting is nowadays, though. Just, like, being in proximity to your child with your phone open. What are the values of the Rothschild household? Okay, this... Oh, God, this is so bad. It's awful. But I need the health. I need the health. 0.72 speed. Oh my god. With your sleep shifts, have you been able to hang out with your wife much? We actually have been able to hang out a great deal because she's off work and now my time is so structured. It's been pretty enjoyable. We've got to spend a lot of time together. Joseph, can I buy a Switch to... Joseph can buy a Switch to play the 0 video games he plays. I have a Switch, and I've touched it almost not at all. I've used it to play Pokemon Legends, whatever the... What, Arceus? That was a lot of fun, and that was, like, the last game I played on it. I tried playing Crash 4, but I think I've just aged out of Crash. Oh. Well, this could go well. Deep pockets. Yeah, I could fuck with the deep pockets. Maybe I'll get some money and then come back and get something relevant. This guy has money in him, probably. Bada bing. Alright, back to 46. God, we are so slow. But we're getting more powerful. I can feel myself getting more powerful. Thanksgiving's coming up. By the time this is uploaded, of course, Thanksgiving will already be over. I'm excited for Thanksgiving. It's just going to be me and Jillian, which is ideal. The fewer relatives we have to deal with, the better, as far as I'm concerned. But I am in charge of the mac and cheese, the green bean casserole, and we're doing chicken instead of turkey because we don't want to get a whole turkey for 2 people. And I'm super excited. I will say, the one I'm a little less excited for is the mac and cheese because there's all these things I can do with mac and cheese, like cool little TikTok recipes that have come out that I think I'm not going to do just because they're too time intensive. Rotisserie chicken? No. Just gonna make some normal chicken. Can you read my previous message? Yeah, let's see what it was. Danny has been playing Dispatch, and I've enjoyed watching that. Do you want to play that game? To be honest, that game is not alluring to me. That's the game where, like, Moist Critical is in it, and you can, like, fuck him or something. That's the whole point of the game is that, to do that. I will go Devils if I get it, by the way. Did not get it. Well, what do we want to do, then? Probably this doesn't do anything. Okay, it did something. That's a really great item to get on sale. Ooh, the tower. Ooh, I could always use something that spawns spawn. The tower. I think it's not in this room, right? I think that doesn't that... God, there wasn't really one up here, was there? Fuck me. Nice tower. Oh! Okay, well, we're not taking Cursed Penny, but this is interesting. Judgment. Health up. Going crazy here. We get a Devil Beggar, that could be good. Okay. I'm getting in. It's away from here. Things are looking up for you, boy. This is where the rigging begins. Don't let this video distract you from the fact that MBT blah, 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 blah. That video was unwatchable. I can't believe people made him do that. We're probably holding till 1 heart for hematemesis or something. The Emperor. Ooh, that's not good. Really? Range up. Well, I do need range up. Oh, I can't believe he didn't pay out. Try and get some money out of this, maybe? Oh, I really do want Black Candle. Whew, that was almost really scary. We do a little looking for our crawl space. Not seeing it. Thank you. Range down. Okay, didn't need that. This one. I don't trust myself to make the jump. We take those. Range very up. All right, buddy. Give me some money. Health up. Not helpful. Man, this is unfortunate. Maybe if I find one more cent in one of these. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. That's another heart at least. Oh my god. Is there just a chance they can blow up? Am I crazy? No, right? I just walked into a one with a bomb in it that I didn't see. Dude, I love being very stupid. Okay. Well, we got a lot of money, so who can say if it was right or not? Okay, this guy could kill me. I'll just leave. How interesting. We're spending so much time on this floor. I'm like, how can we rig? You know that's range down. Did we go in here? We didn't. We did. Bomb? What are we bombing? I think I'm taking the health here. Going this way. Awesome. We're at fucking full health. Look at this. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, there's no way, dude. Back at 8. I gotta call it. I can't be putting more money into that guy. Nah, I'm moving on. They're like, you should be 2 floors away by now. What the fuck is going on? I also have to, like, play well for the next couple rooms. Ugh, my dog-ass range. Okay, wait. You could pop Emp, yeah, for 1 health. I guess I could. Oh! Oh! My speed is so low! Please, my speed is so low! Oh my god. That was so scary. Holy shit. That was fucking horrifying. Doubles your HP? No? Oh, doubles... Yeah, because I have 1 currently. Yeah. I was like, oh boy. If I get into a sticky situation, then I will. This could be a sticky situation. Whew! Looking sticky. See you, tinted. Just gotta get through this room first. And you're gonna give me all the soul hearts in the world. Hold! My range is way up. My range way up, baby. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. First up, PhD, for sure. We're never not taking PhD. Verp. Insist. I really like Mom's Purse, I think. Yeah, I'll take Poop. Take Ladder, too. We have so much health. I think there's an argument to taking 4 or 5. Okay. Great stuff. I'll do a couple more. I'm stupid. You know what? Let's go all in. The Fool. Doesn't change anything. Four, 5 is solid. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Very riggable item. Okay. We will come back and pay that guy out. Someday. PhD is huge, though. We've already seen so many pills. Oh, my God. Yeah, see ya. Ooh! This is kind of a whack-ass one. Oh! Oh my God! Please, no! Oh my God. Ugh. Pigsty. Another bet. No, definitely take money equals power. I'll take Book of Sin. Why not? Can one of you have a black heart in you? Man, this is still a really, really rough situation we're in. Thankfully, our damage is, like, crazy. Thank you! Okay, we're living. We're living. We're big living. Big chillin'. Our range is crazy, too, because of PhD. Saving our dumbass. Okay. 4 or 5 going a little brazy mode. Small rock next room for sure. Yeah, of course. We'll go down to 0.01 speed. Have you played any custom characters, or are you waiting till Dead God? I am waiting till Dead God. Okay. More health. This run is starting to get potential. Very slowly. Very slowly. Okay, who do I kill first to get something that is into the left hand? Probably not Florian. Uh-oh. Die. Potential run? Exactly. Oh my God. He usually doesn't live this long. Not super familiar with the patterns. There we go. There it is. Left-hand path. Can't you get the stuff in the middle because of ladder? I think I can. Let's go. Maybe let's not stand on the... Whee. Let's go! We're so back. Yeah, why not? All this shit. All right, what's in the shop? Maybe one of these shops can save me. It's not this one. Not this one for sure. Friends till the end. Don't need that. I will take that. Ladder carry. Ladder is kind of going a little hard. Usually it doesn't. Let's go in the curse room. Why not? Missed one. Ooh! Oh my. Well, you know what? I don't have the unlock for bringing P-Box to the dark room. So we could do that today. That might be fun. Yeah, why not? Okay, let's see if we can't get these guys to pay out just a little more. Let's go. Finally, one of these dickheads pays out. Take the Fool, too. Are we finally getting the moving box unlock? I think so. Moving box unlock is just you bring it to the dark room, right? You don't even have to use it there. Okay. awful room. Oh, hey, you. No, you do. All right. Well, that's fine. I'll take the health. We have no keys. Oh, no! I'm doing a planetarium run. Let's see if we can figure out where the secret rooms are. Yeah, I figured one was here. Oh, not Miss Signo. Oh, go to hell, dude. I saw an item in the secret room and got so excited. I'm gonna go blow up the key beggar and see if we can't get some keys. Gamba, do it? No. Uh-oh. Wow. Well, now I wish I hadn't, blown up the devil beggar. Nothing in here. You will simply get Uranus. You know, I think you're right. Who needs an item room? We're already strong. We're pretty strong. We could be stronger. Cat 1. Ooh, okay. I don't know where the super is, so let's just move. I do like seeing the, like, you have already missed Hush type shit. Nice. Good payoff here. Something? We'll take bombs. Bombs for bombs. Great trade. We came out massively ahead there. Ooh, an arcade. Something to blow all my money and therefore damage on. Damn it. Take the pill. Man, we are verping our... You know, we're going to keep the verp. See if we can't find something better. Would you rather have 1 bomb or 2 bomb? That's what I'm saying. Okay. Big room. Oh, no. Evil demonic room. Thankfully, our damage is so high. I never know how to feel about money equals power. You know, there's some situations like this one where I'm like, money equals power is crazy good. And there's a lot of situations where I'm like, on the best day possible, by the end of the game, money equals power is like a +6 damage, which is a lot, to be clear. But, you know, by end game, actually it's not super consequential. We're 1 floor behind as well on Satan, which is kind of rough. Health up. We are really banging through these health ups. I don't think we need any more health. You're still playing Master Duel? Oops. The devil. I'm taking Verp. With Deep Pockets, it does enough. I think that's my position as well. Deep Pockets is just so good with this. Oh my god, that movement. I can't believe that movement. Folks, many are saying he's still got it. My tiers are still terrible. I could go for some tier 8. Oh, here we go. It's all about walking into the mushrooms. You're not supposed to walk into the mushrooms, but I do. So how does the mushroom work? It's like if it explodes on you, you don't get hurt unless you fly into a wall. Okay, or I'm fucking stupid and it always hurts you. What? What if it had been Magic Mush, you know? Maybe if you just, like, barely hit it, you're fine? Because I've done it before without getting hurt. Okay, not like that. Okay, well, we got lucky there. Chat, what's this game called? Yeah, it's Binding of Isaac Repentance. I don't know what the command is. But what if this one is Magic Mush? Okay, it wasn't. What if this one? Okay. Well, at least I'm not taking damage. Farting baby. Actually, I do like farting baby. I've got a farting baby downstairs. Let me tell you, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It is what it's cracked up to be. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to, but what if it's magic mush? Okay, I'm stopping. I'm stopping. These are all great. I'm gonna buy all these. We lost a whole point there of damage. But what if the next one is magic mush? Yo. Oh, hold the fuck up. God, I'm asking you for exactly... I'm not fast enough. We need a reroll. Just one per throw. That's all I'm asking for. No! No, 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 no! I hate this fucking guy. Ugh. This guy just reads, get fucked the boss. Oh, cool. An uninteractable, unrespondable attack. And I'm super slow, so most of his attacks are going to hit me anyway. Cool, another attack that just goes wherever you want. I hate this fucking guy. Bumblarno. Get the fuck out of there. I should have fished for the devil deal. I'll get one next floor. Fuck me. Stud finder. Well, that's insane with Stompy. So say goodbye, petrified poop. Boy, do I hate that. Oh, come on. Tell me I don't have to take these, please. I'm not seeing too many more ways we can break the game. Charm is good. Charm is good. But I can't take the box with me because I need to take a... How did I get hit there? That's bad. And we broke all the rocks already, so we don't get to Stud Finder. Elbagon, I did not see that. What are you talking about? Of course I didn't see that. What? Does the charm make you immune to mushroom poison? Wow, that's a really good question. My range is going crazy, though. That's a really good question. That's Fool? Yeah. Stud Finder. Nope. No more rocks. And no way into there without, you know, actually completing it. Alright, whatever. Get him, Stud Finder. Get him, Stud Finder. Really? We missed the 5% that often? We're supposed to get a crawl space every floor with Stud Finder Stompy. Bad gas. Oh, it's 0.5? Oh, well. That's different. Moving on. We're 30 minutes in and we're not even to... We just got to Dark Depths. 72. We have no keys. Once again, we have no keys. Where's our planetarium? Clearly not here yet. I just need one item that just puts me over the edge. We're reasonably strong now, but I'm looking for that one item. I'm always looking for the rig. I'm always looking for the rig. I'll do this. Why not? Any opportunity to take red health. Bombs are key. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, shit. Now I'm locked out. Okay, well, we'll just find something. Do have a key here, but we don't have a bomb! Oh, my God. I should not have used my pickup so willy-nilly. Moving on. Woo! This is not a room to be slow in. Ooh, that could be something. You should be able to stompy bomb chests. That's what I'm saying. If you have blood bombs, you're right. I totally forgot. Let's go. You were clearing it out. Get go in here, unlock it. Yeah, and more keys in the key chest. That was a nice chest. Technically, I know to min-max, I probably shouldn't be doing the chest until I get into the shop. In case I open, there goes all my deal. Mom's key or something, but I just can't be asked to min-max that much. Was that a champion or something? Why did I take 2 hearts there? It must have been. My favorite enemies in the game. Yippee! Oh, and none of them die in one cycle. Yippee! My favorite enemy in the game. How are we not done with this? Old capacitor. I'm good. Looking for a holy card. How does blood bombs work? Is it if I take damage off the bomb, I get healed? I'm not exactly sure. Or it's just that it does that, right? It just does a big AoE. No, you can just make a bomb for a heart. What do you mean by that? Oh, I can press E while I have no bombs to make a bomb. Right. Team sale's big. This has been the worst stud finder in the history of stud finders. It has not yet located a stud. What the fuck? Oh, this is a demonic room. Thank God a host didn't come out of that. Come here, you. Stud bottom right. Thank you. Wait, that means a lot. Ugh. Yes, I'm looking for a holy card. I feel like our Stompy has not paid out at all. We got a crawl space, and it was a black market, I'll admit. That's pretty good. But it feels like we should be doing a lot more with it. Like, we got 1 tinted and a crawl space. Like, we should be popping. We popped every mushroom. We got nothing. Chewed pen, really good. Chewed pen, really good. Our luck is pretty high. But I can't pass up the 2 trinkets I currently have. They're insane. Oh, ooh. Whoa. Maybe a hide with the ladder type deal. Again, money equals power is basically carrying us at the present moment. We are quite strong. We're not strong enough. We could be stronger. Ooh, there was something I wanted to talk about. Have you guys seen the flip people have done on Steven Universe agenda posting? This has been a fun Twitter development over the last couple of days. I always thought it was weird that people post about the children's show Steven Universe the way they do online. He was like enabling Hitler or something. And because of one post, I hate these guys so much. Because of one post that was big online a couple of days ago, they've almost completely reversed course. And now are like posting all of these images of him beating like big bads in fiction to death and shit. It's been very funny. I'm gonna die here. What's going on? Am I not allowed to... What is going on? Am I not allowed to have low speed on this floor? Oh, thank God. It was because they asked if Steven would beat up a has-been hotel villain. Steven will beat up anyone. That was... that's important to the show. Stop touching dudes. I'm not gonna. All right, Stud Finder came through for me. 0.72 speed memento. I really wanted to play that sack room too. Okay, there will be another chance to play the sack room. Okay, well, that's really helpful, actually. Bye-bye. Honestly, I think that the stud finder heard me. It was like, sorry, I should be working better with Stompy. You're right. Whew, I do not like this room. I think the line for this room is to get this guy to pop into the bomb fly early so you can use it to contest the fleas. But I didn't do that. And Deep Pocket's money is doing a lot for me. Little Haunt. Oh my god, I'm getting killed here. Look at this! 0.75 speed! Oh my god. I can't escape these guys! What's Has-Been Hotel? Oh, I actually am not sure. What? Oh, you motherfucker. Bad room. Did not like that room. Something crazy, please. No. I just assumed that one of them. Now I need another bomb. Okay, that's good. Okay, these guys are really a problem for me with my speed this low. Okay, that kind of expected something there. Small rock! Finally, a speed down. We're at 0.52. We're so strong, but we're at 0.52. Oh, man. We're a tank, dude. Look at this. But we are so slow. Thank you, farting baby. Oh, thank God. Okay. Run saved. This is going to be where we turn everything around. Shot speed up. Don't need either of these. I'll take the health. I will take the chaos. Tears up. Yep, if you insist. I'm going to verp that also. What are we fucking with? I don't love either of these. We'll come back. I'll take the health. Why not? Yeah, dude. We could yes mother here. For 7? Yeah, for sure. Oh, miter. Pyro? That's got potential. Well, now that we've blown it up, let's go do... I mean, I could take all these. I like Vengeful. I like Big Fan. Okay, we just spent all our money, so we lost a bunch of damage, but... Wait, Blood Bomb's Pyro? That is an infinite. You are right, that is an infinite. That's, we're not going that way. We're not going that way. Ooh, we do not have a lot of damage anymore. We traded in our damage. Oh, we got one of them. Okay, I thought we could bad gas him. Don't worry, we got him with the bad gas. Damn, we're getting up there on Beelzebub. Moving on. Sack room, Sag. Oh, we could have played the sack room! God, I'm dumb. It's probably better that we didn't. I love throwing on Sacrum. It's like my favorite thing to do. Okay, big day for Vengeful. Oh, Vengeful's going to carry me. Whew, okay. Run is becoming rigged. The thing about a run getting rigged is sometimes you have to force it to rig yourself. The last thing we need on this run is a speed stat, because right now our speed stat is 0.52. I was going to say, doesn't the fool become telepills if you've picked up Little Baggy? And it does. Nice. That's so important. Because we have a hundo satanic chance here. Are we going to get our 21 planetarium anytime? Or is it just going to elude us? Oh my god, these guys. This guy is a demon with 0 speed. Looking for a holy card. Yes, we're looking for a holy card. I will say, ever since I started doing the 21 thing, my life has gotten so much worse. Because all day I get, like, DMs on Twitter and Blue Sky and shit. That's just people showing me something around them that says 21. They're like, saw this 21 and thought of you. And I'm like, I don't need to see that. Maybe stop doing it. Well, I'm not going to do that, okay? Stop your behavior. Yeah, okay. Way to victim blame, dickhead. Hot bombs. I'll take hot bombs. Fire immunity. Let's go. Wait, fire immunity and fire immunity? Let's go. How many keys do you have? 5. Dude, we are just very slowly moving through this one. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. Sacrum. Never have I ever punished in this fucking game. I guess the satanic room doesn't really matter anymore, right? Because we chaosed, so anything we get anywhere is fine. You need a better catchphrase? What's up, my Nimrods? Whatever happened to what's up, my Nimrods? That was such a cool thing for him to be saying. Not the worst N-word he could have picked. Shot speed up. Can we just get a speed up? Nimrod's his pinnacle fan base name. Nimrod is one of those words that you think has to have some like insanely racist origin, right? But it was like, I actually know this one. It was popularized by a Bugs Bunny cartoon where he jokingly calls Elmer Fudd Nimrod in relation to like a famous historical hunter, like a legendary mythological hunter. I was like, oh, okay. And it just started to mean dumb jackass because that's what Elmer Fudd was being in that Bugs Bunny cartoon. This is one of those rooms where you can just get vizzed from fucking Kingdom Come. Like that. And that. Get him, Smart Fly. Who is still living? No one. It's open. I'm going to do Mom, then I'm going to come back. Courtesy of Telepills. Man, we are so fucking slow. Okay, here we go. Dead Onion, good. Infested, bad. Azazel's Rage is funny. I mean, I think we take it because it's funny. This could be something. Blank Rune. Luck up. I'll take luck up.
Luck up.
What do we have to do? Assume that blank rune is AWAS. Or that's Rune Shard I'm thinking of. What does blank rune do? We are quite strong, even without the money equals power buff. A luck up. Okay. Dude, our luck is so high. That's interesting. Come back to that. Okay, Stud Finder, you have one job in this big ass room. Get me my crawl space. Look at this. I'm giving you chance after chance. Crawl space. Now. Or not. Yeah, dude. Alright. Oh, it's the blue one. There's the crawl space! We found it. In the mom room. There's also a tinted. Sure. This one's looking pretty good. I got hit there at the very end. We take the negative because we're going down. We got Satanic. Where are we moving? BOGO bombs. A little late for that. Multi-dimensional is conjoined progress. And I could take a Ouija. Caps out tears, right? Yeah, all right, let's go here. All right. I'll take 2 spooky. That's also a tears up. Okay. I'll grab one of these and go telepills. Where'd we end up? Sick. Perfect. You ever used a Ouija board during high school and uni? I think I did in high school once at like a cast party for a play I was in as like a teenager. And we were doing it because we were like, ooh, it's spooky. And I remember being like, this is the lamest shit I've ever done. But Jillian is religious and thinks they are real. It's one of those things where I have to be like, yes, honey, of course they're real. It's like, there's an old like Simpsons bit where he's like, how evil could it be? We got it at Walmart. All right, what are we doing here? Yup, that's nice. That's nice. Guess we could have flipped to Angel. Yup. Uh-huh. Damn it, we got the fucking teleport. I should have done it beforehand. I think it's probably worth to pay it all the way out. Puberty. All right, here we go. Either we're getting a huge damage up or we're getting a bunch of health. All right, either way is good. Either way's fine by me. We could just go dark room now to go get moving box. That would be kinder to Jillian. $13 left. We're not going to do too much on the womb. We'll play it out. Did you see the CGI on the latest Simpsons episode? They're ending the show with the movie they gotta. Oh, is it bad? Or is it like enough that they're like, yeah, we're calling it? Blank rune here. It was AWAS! Wait, there was no reason to AWAS. We already got our fucking... Damn it. We already got our crawl space. That was stupid. Okay. Now we're just blazing through this. You can't really rig too much on the womb. It doesn't really work like that. I mean, we're going to try. Okay. Oh, wait, Fate's Reward is really good. This item is crazy. Okay, this is a floor that I can't be slow on, but we are really slow. All right, good fight. Oh. Tractor beam is really working in our favor here. Look at all those soul hearts we can't use. All right, moving quite along. Moving right along, rather. Moving right along always makes me think of the Muppets, obviously, right? Ooh, is that infinite bombs? All right, we're back at full. And that always makes me think of that tweet that's like, I'm sure you all have seen this tweet, that the Muppets Christmas Carol includes a performance where the actor playing alongside the Muppets acts their fucking heart out, right? And I always see people talk about that and be like, he did not need to go that hard. And I always just read that and think, yes, he did. What do you mean he didn't need to go that hard? It's his job. He was an actor paid. What do you mean it's not? He didn't need to go that hard. He definitely did. He could have really phoned it in. Yeah, I guess if he was a hack, oh my god, we just got +1 damage off that. That's insane. Okay, we took a whole shitload of damage. I'm going to go back and get those blue hearts, and we're going to go to the boss. Did you see Ryan Johnson said he turned down a Muppets Knives Out movie? What the fuck? Why'd he do that? That would have been very fun. Although I'm really excited for the new Knives Out movie. It is cool feeling like I'm alive for one of the big serials, you know? Like, James Bond or whatever, you know, I've been alive for like 3 of those movies. This is the one where I'm like, ooh, we could get a yearly Knives Out movie, and then I could force my kids to watch them even though they only sort of like them. A time-honored dad tradition. They're also like all period pieces. Like the original one, Knives Out. Oh no. Me throwing on sack room. Me throw on sack room. Have to do it. The original one is just like so steeped in the language of like 2017 wokeness, you know what I mean? It just is that way. Jesus. Thank you. Okay, we'll take Tech 2. We'll take you too. Oh, okay. The Glass Onion is such a fantastic, like, 2020 period piece. Wow. Take Puberty. Getting up there, baby. And then, I hope this one is, like, you know, a fantastic example of the post-COVID kind of mindset. Alright, I want the money here, I think. I mean, I'll take anything. I don't really care. Money it is. We're a little low now. I mean, we've got hearts to pick up everywhere. We should be fine. We are also insanely strong. Like, this just put us through the fucking stratosphere. Oh yeah, we have infinite bombs. Okay. Oh, we didn't need to go in here. Have you watched any Christmas movies yet? No, not yet. I'm waiting till after Thanksgiving. I think that's the day when we can start watching them. But I've already started listening to the Toasty Digital Kanye West Christmas soundtrack that I really like every year. Dogtooth? Okay. Sure, why not? That one's so good. It is. It's a shame what happened to Kanye. I'm really not in the mood for playing that out. I just like having the money. Listens to Kanye canceled. Oh, stop. Can be on Conception. A little late for Can be on Conception, but we can make it work. I just played Atla Jumpstart. So, what I have heard about Atla is, you guys remember Spider-Man? They were having trouble filling seats and shit, and it was universally hated. Atla is the exact same type of cynical bullshit, except, like, the set is just better designed. Everyone I have heard talk about Atla is like, oh, the limited environment, regrettably, is really good. Like, I want to take a principled stance against it, but at the same time, the limited environment is really good. Jumpstart is such a cool way to do card gamery, too. I think they played it on Kevin's stream, but if you've seen the Steves play Smash at all, I got to play in a bar with them after... Ooh, a health up pill. Yeah, I really need that. After one of the YCSs, Indianapolis. And I was just, like, shocked at how good... It's basically Jumpstart. Jumpstart translates to anything. Just, like, such a fun fucking way to play a card game. Whatever. Oh, thanks, Dogtooth. I have blue maps, so... Wow, I am way less powerful if I don't Vengeful Spirit myself. Figure out a way to do that every floor. I literally only entered this room because I thought it would be easier to bomb into. You... dickhead. Ooh, I'll take that. What is that? A quarter? That's a 0.75 damage up for my ass. Did he lost Stompy? Checking for crawl spaces on the womb is scary because all the individual rocks can blow up. And they hurt you. I should be walking in the... Oh my god. He didn't say it. Doesn't Charm protect against that? No, because I've gotten hurt a couple of times. I think. Maybe I'm dumb. I think it's like a blood thing. Puberty, let's go. We got the adult. Now when we get hit, we're going to make a really funny noise. Champ, it lives? Oh, it's not. I just used too spooky immediately. Let's go down. This is Sheol. We're going to Dark Room before we pop Pandora, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I gotta say, I do like playing Isaac, but the place I'm at now with it, it's like the last relevant things I have to do are all dastardly ass shit. They're like really irritating fucking things. And it makes me really not want to load up and do anything other than Eden Streak. Like, they're like, you can do this, or you can do Tainted J&E. I'm like, I am good, dog. I am so good. Which is why you've been getting what you've been getting in terms of Isaac-level content recently. Okay. T. Jacob is so good, man. Are you doing T. Kane on stream? Would you all watch T. Kane on stream? It would be like a million years. Yes, I know it's in here, Mr. Tooth. Yeah, sure. We still have not gotten any speed ups. We are at really, really low speed. Oh. Let's go pick up that blue heart in there. Just do a T-Kane stream on a Wednesday when you don't really feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, and don't feel like making any money. Can you please... Oh my god, they waited for that to fall out. Woo! Alright. Satan time. Oh. Oh. Alright, let's see you defeat my bad gas. I almost got him with it. Uh-oh. The only annoying part about this fight are those fucking guys. I guess that's why they are being introduced, is otherwise it's just a totally nothing fight. Alright, cool. To the dark room. We did it! Alright, now we just pop it wherever? Yes. Woohoo! Hairball. We are not remotely close to Gupperton. I'll take Seraphim. I like Smelter, but I mean, what are the chances we find another trinket, right? Oh, what am I doing? I'm Pyro. I guess we full clear this, right? Why not? Oh. Here's why not. I have a wife who wants to go to bed. Let's do Mega Stand and call it. All right, let's go. VR fighting. Did we ever get Bookworm? Ooh, I hate this little parasite blast. Man, I will tell you this. Farting Baby is no dead baby, but he is a baby. We never got conjoined neither. We're one off so many transformations. This was just kind of a weird mid-run that is being carried by Deep Pockets money equals power. And I mean, that's enough. That should be fine. Oh. I hate the champ ones of these. You get them so infrequently, and every time you get them, you feel like a fucking asshole. This is going to be a smart fly carry. You watch me. Smart fly, get him. Okay. This jerk off. Get him, smart fly. Smart fly going in. Get him, smart fly. I have to get the one that can chase me because I have 0.01 speed. Thank you. And now you. Now you guys. Oof. Hello? Thank you. Get him, smart fly! Ugh. The same move. I hate this stupid move. Okay, he stopped at that time. Ow. We're getting our vengeful up, though. We're getting our money up, not our funny up. Alright, here we go. I'm all in. Fate's Reward is doing a lot here, too. Big day for Fart Baby. Ugh. Picked the wrong horse on that one. There we go. Oh, wait. I'm Pyro. Wait a minute. Ah, no, not fire. My one weakness. The bombs are just going anywhere, though. I'll say that. Get him, smart fly. Smart fly carry. Okay, this is one where Fart Baby actually might be carrying. Thank you, Fart Baby. Oh, yeah. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. We're going to have actually one that we have to dodge something. My 0.5 speed was enough. Get him, Fart Baby. Perfect Fart Baby moment right here. Fart Baby, come on. Thank you. Whew. Too easy. Too easy. Too easy. Ooh, all right. Well, thank you all very much for sticking around to the very bitter end. I am gonna be back at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. For now, let me throw you over to one of my fans, but not before plugging Exter one last time. Remember, today's stream was sponsored by Exter. They have sponsored me a couple of times. We are going to go right now to their site. Oh, and here is my chat. Oops. At present, they are having a Black Friday sale, and by using either !Extra in the chat or by clicking the link down there, you can get up to 54% off select items. Thank you so much for their continued sponsor. I personally use all three of these right here, the vacuum kit, the wallet, and the finder card, because I'm always losing my crap. All right, let's see who's on. Oh, is Leah Asimov on? Oh, Hardleg's doing Jankmas. Everyone go to Hardleg Gaming and say Oil Dog.